Say, nigga, it's the same as the apple. What's the difference? Hey, what's the difference, dog?
Oh boy, the black dude tonight on the UFC, he alright though.
Yeah, that nigga crazy, boy.
Yeah, they showed his story.
Boy, it's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to die.
Yeah, that boy
If it mid-round, I'm talking about I'm prepared to die. Looking at the dude, you know damn well somebody gonna be like, man, forget that.
Yeah, that boy crazy, dog.
Yeah, I saw his show. I saw his like the thing that he like when he moved to and all that. But
Yeah, you know Dana White got that bread. That boy built a whole arena in Abu Dhabi. And like, bruh.
he got made.
They getting that bread, boy, at USC, boy.
Straight up getting that bread.
Yeah, they definitely took over boxing for real.
Then McGregor told me he want to fight Pacquiao. I'm looking like, man, why y'all keep getting this nigga money?
That's a big money fight.
Cause he crazy, bro. Crazy sales, bro.
I don't know. That's a big money fight. Like man.
So, Ray, you on this Facebook?
You, bro. That's Facebook, though.
You know you can do a watch party, right?
Say, bro, how I'm gonna do a watch party? I gotta start the live first, bro. You can't do a watch party unless you start a live. A live has to happen for you to do a watch party.
So you can't go live from the Organ Brothers page?
That's what I just did.
And then the watch.
You have to do a watch party.
Oh, that's how it works.
Right? Gene, whoever I tag has to do a watch party.
Oh, that's how it works. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
All right, Skinny.
Well, let me put the watch party on. I should have saw my phone.
How about this? You put your drink right there.
It's good, right?
No, that's how it's good last time.
No, Ray spilled my drink.
I spilled.
It
Ray
don't
spilled
matter,
my
but
drink.
it still comes to the
I spilled.
vibe.
That's all on me.
We gonna talk about that.
That's all on me. That on
Me having my drink,
That ain't on me. That's on me.
We gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that's definitely on me.
We'll talk about that.
I take that charge. No doubt about it.
Like I said earlier, man, we just gotta make sure we keep our eyes on it, be knowing where it's at, or put a lid over it. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's definitely on me. That's my charge. All right, y'all ready?
Let's get it.
You can hit record. What's up? We're back. Organ Brothers Podcast, Season 2, Episode 27. We got my dudes with me. What's up, D Springs?
What's going on, big homie? Everything like these, you know, nice chilly day. Cool day, actually.
It's fall,
It's
bro.
fall time, so I'm right. I love it.
You gotta get the sweats out.
You know it. Sweat time, you know.
Yeah.
All day.
What's up, JD?
What's good, man? Good to be in the building.
Good to be in the building. Dog, you change glasses like all the time.
You look like Shay Sharp, man. Shay Sharp, I'm a blue one.
I do got several frames. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do keep the shit. You got to. I mean, he like to wear his Gucci's all the time. But sometimes I like to wear mine. I like to wear the Fernandos. I like to wear, you know what I mean? I definitely keep it. I definitely keep it going.
Yeah, I feel you.
Come on.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like Shay Sharp.
I mean, you gotta stay sharp, man. You gotta stay sharp out here.
Yeah, no doubt. Key, what's happening, bro?
Gucci, bro.
You Gucci?
Gucci.
I like how you got them all. The way you showing all your thighs out here in the streets, man.
It's
Jeans,
jeans, dog. You know.
You know it's fall, kid. It ain't summertime no more, dog.
Say, bro, that's why you got your jeans / shorts.
You got the jorts with the jean shorts on.
I'm trademark these.
That looking missing some thigh pads, man.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Some thigh pads.
But it looks like
pads.
This that wear and tear when they start off with rip.
and this is the thing though. It gotta be that because those jeans, like they don't make them like that.
Yeah,
You know,
now
they make them
they-
with less material and then a little bit more slim and sleek. So skinny jeans, his still loose. So them little jeans that you done have for like 10 years. You done have them for 10 years.
But I'm a trademark these, dog. Get at me, bro. Let's design these.
Hey, them joints that you had at the garage.
Yeah.
Man.
We got the flea market,
that
like
joke
Baltimore.
That joke look like Earl Campbell. He done finished playing football as a football, man. Jersey torn, pants torn.
We gonna trademark that, dog.
Yeah, we might have to, dog.
Trademark that.
The Organ Brothers bag of jeans. You have your whole thigh out.
Call him a hole in one. That nigga got hole in two.
But nah.
Two. That boy got about 8 holes on there. You wear them jeans to work out, like to clean your car in, bro.
This that
Change your
fashion,
oil,
bro.
like you do your own oil change.
I think these go for $120 a pair, dog.
120. You might need to change,
It's
bro.
like Kanye West, bro, with all the holes up
You
in
put
this.
them jeans on and change your engine. Cut grass in.
Yeah, exactly.
They
What you
cut grass. It was the push more, not the ride joint. You got the push joint.
Yo.
You got the ride, you got the push.
But nah, man.
Oh,
look,
man.
It's all good, man. Look, so we're gonna jump into the NBA, man, and we're gonna start with the Eastern Conference. Last night, Boston had a good second half. You know, their big four kind of played well. Kimba's still a little struggling. So, Key, I want to get your thoughts on the win last night from Boston. Now, you picked them in 6, so now they mean you must think they're gonna win in 7.
Yeah, I think Boston have shown they the better team. They got the better talent. You know, they should be up 3-2 in this series. Kimball is killing them.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs to play less in this series. It's just not a good matchup for him. And I know he, $100 million man.
Oh shit, he made
Yeah,
it pretty good.
but when
bang.
he's off the floor, since you got Haywood back, the defense is better. They can switch everything. Because it's like, whoever he's guarding, bro, it's like, go get him.
Yeah.
Like, he's the weak link on defense, bro. And he's not penetrating through the zone because he's so small, he can't really get his shot off over the bigger guys at the top of the zone.
But they ain't really got. I mean, even if he penetrates, he can shoot. Like
But
he can
he
finish
can't-
over bigs.
But he hasn't in this series. He hasn't. So Tatum been playing well in this series.
Has he?
Yes, dude, lead them in the scoring, rebounding, assists.
He's not consistent.
Still, he averaging 30-something in the series.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
I
is.
don't
No,
know
it's
about
not.
that.
No, it's not.
28-29.
He was
No,
a
no,
no-show
he's not.
game.
No,
In
he's
game
not.
4, the boy ain't scored
Tatum
nothing
is not
out
But
of
he
the
had, but he
But he
had
had
28 at the end of the game.
He did.
He had
He's
20
not
games.
averaging 30 a game.
Like James said, he's not
He
consistent.
probably averages 27, 28. All I'm saying, he lead them in scoring, he lead them in rebound, he lead them in assists. He lead them in every category.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? He hitting big shots when it's time to come. So I still think this is a 7-game series. I think because they, to me,
No. You picked Boston.
I
in
did,
6.
so it's not gonna happen in
So
6
are
games.
you saying they're gonna win the
Boston's still gonna win this series. I
Okay.
just said
Okay.
it's a 7-game series, and
No,
I'm still gonna,
saying it is a 7-game series mean Boston's gonna win.
I still got Boston. I'm still sticking with my pick. Like I told you when you said it was 2-0, I said the series is not over,
Okay.
and it's not over, right?
So they're gonna pull a
It's
W.
still going on, right?
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's still
all right
going
then.
on.
So why would I change?
Just making sure, bro. You ain't flip flopping.
Nah, why would I? I ain't flip flop
These
yet.
springs, what you got, man?
I think last night, and we talk about how Boston had, leads in the second half. They had leads in every game in the second half.
Yes.
They just turned the ball over down the stretch,
Yes.
which cost them the games. But to say that they're a much better team than Miami, I disagree with that. I think Miami as a team, they play team ball.
Yeah.
They play quality team ball. Everybody know their strengths. Everybody know their weaknesses. And they play better team ball than a lot of teams in the league right now. And I think that's what they know. And they're real scrappy on defense. And they know that in the second half, they have the potential of coming back no matter what's going on, no matter what they got to do. I think in the case of Boston, I think they need to play Canner more. I think they need to go, with Canner and Stife at the same time.
And let Jaylen Brown and Tatum start the offense.
And start off, and Marcus Smart be the point guard.
Yes.
When Kimber go to the bill, I think that's what they need to go to that lineup.
So you think they should continue to start Marcus Smart?
Yeah,
They got Hayward.
Well,
coming off the bench.
yes, continue what you
Continue
have.
starting.
But I forgot
Yes.
about Hayward. So I forgot about Hayward. I take that back.
But you can start that
But
lineup.
you can go with that lineup with Canner, Hayward, Marcus Smart, and Brown and Tatum. You can bring them off.
You ain't
Just
60.
filter it in. You still start Kimber, but you filter that.
in.
You filter
Yeah,
that
you're
in.
gonna start Kimber.
Yeah, you're gonna start Kimber.
So
but
you're
you filter
saying in
that lineup.
crucial time, that's the lineup you need to go with.
But they could kill him on the boards.
Yeah,
That'll
I think you
neutralize
put that
the
lineup.
body.
I think you put that lineup throughout the game because if you watched the game last night, Canner gave them a lot of key buckets that kept them in the game when Miami went on them runs. Canner went down the post. He was rebounding. He was getting, buckets. I'm not saying he's going to be the answer of this series, but you got to put him in to give him a chance. Just have a chance.
And like you said, man, it's not like Miami big.
Yeah, they're not.
Outside of Bam, that's the only rebounder they have.
Yeah.
And
So if even when Olenek come in, he's just trying to shoot.
He's trying to shoot.
And that's how you kill a zone. Weak side rebound. Because everybody rotating, trying to get to
But I
the
do-
zone, and you kill them on second.
But I
chance.
do think Brown and Tatum need to attack more to the zone.
Yeah.
I think they need to move. If they're going to have Hayward in the game, I think Hayward needs to be the point and drive to the basket and kick out, or they need to move. I'm telling you, because this is the thing. If you look at Boston, all of them are
I wouldn't go with Hayward as the point.
Oh, you can put Tatum at the point.
I
But this is the thing.
put Tatum or Brown starting the
But
offense.
Brown is the only person that moved to the
Are
basket.
smart, are
Everybody
smart.
else, but see, this is the thing.
Are smart.
If you look at their team, Brown goes to the basket. He moves without the ball. Everybody else, they just sit there and just look, and they sit on the outside of the 3-point line.
Well,
What you got,
that's actually what the zone does. It makes you stationary.
Yep.
So that's the point of it. That's why they run it. And you do want some ball moving, but people are not moving. You don't have to worry about a pick. You're in the zone, so you just covering the area, not a man. Once the man gets in the area, you take him, but you're covering the area. So the picking part, the moving part, really is not necessary. They just need to keep breaking down the zone using what's the center name?
Cantor?
Cantor, right?
You put him in the middle of
Keep
the
putting
zone.
him in the zone, and he has to be aggressive like he was last night
Yeah,
in the second half.
Yes.
And it wasn't
No,
Cantor.
the first half.
It was
Cantor
it
first
wasn't-
half.
It was Cantor. No, it wasn't Cantor. It was the other one.
Stice.
What's his name? Stice. He got aggressive in the second half, and they took him out because he wasn't aggressive in the first half. That's why they went with Cantor in the first half.
And Cantor kept him afloat.
And he kept him afloat
Yeah.
because he kept attacking the middle of the
Yeah.
defense. He showed Stice, hey, you got to be aggressive. You got to keep attacking the defense. He started attacking the defense, and they just started going.
Yeah.
You can even put Tatum in the middle of the free throw line. He's
but
Tatum like 6'8".
Tatum attacks that wing, and he brings a lot of attention. You got to keep going with what you say. Your center's the only one being left open like that.
Yeah.
They put everything. And number one, to you, what you said earlier, Tatum's only averaging 21 a game. He's only shooting 23%.
Keep fluffing, man.
From three.
He
He's
averaging
shooting
21.
20%. He's averaging 21. I'm looking at it right now. He's averaging 21. He's averaging 21 a game.
Okay, but
that's his
he
stats.
still leading them in scoring and rebounding.
I think he's not leading. I think Brown's actually leading the scoring.
Brown been playing
Now,
well.
number one, Brown's actually one been playing the best. He's playing the consistent.
Yes.
He's been playing the most consistent. Everybody on the floor. Number two, they have a problem. I understand you don't like Kemba's matchup, but Kemba's the best ball handler. He puts them in the offense. He puts them in the right situations. He has to be on the floor for much of the game because he puts them in the right situation. He's got to put pressure on. He threw a pass to Tatum that was so clean that nobody else on the floor can throw.
But he have a lot of turnovers.
But when you put cat like Marcus Smart has a lot of turnovers,
Yeah.
and he has a lot of irregular shots. He shouldn't be shooting. There's times when he comes on the court
And shoot a three.
and he'll shoot a three. He shouldn't shot.
He came to the game last night.
He
shot
took
a three.
several bad
But
shots.
I say I would let Tatum start. I would run my offense through Tatum. Have him.
But they do
start.
run the offense with
But
Tatum. They run it through him and Brown. They do.
But what's kind is killing me on the defensive end, bro.
Who?
Kimball.
But you're going to give
He's
up
killing me.
Everybody's
Everybody
every team has that problem, bro.
That's the reason they up. Is Dragic is gonna kill them?
Dog,
No,
I told you
but
this
no,
podcast ago.
Well, Marcus
Hero-
Smart is
but-
killing him
Exactly.
offensively.
Hero.
But
Hero.
Hero,
He
but
can't guard
But
nobody.
this is the thing. Hero got killed last night. It's liabilities on both
Everybody's
sides.
gonna have that
It's all
problem.
about how the matchup goes at that point. Because guess what? Hayward was killing them boys last night.
But my point is Hayward need to play more in this series.
I don't disagree with that, but you just can't say you got to race Kimber. You want to
I
give
know
up
I-
something.
Kimber
got
he can give you 50 in a
Because matter
minute.
of fact,
bro.
Kimber
When the last
coming
time
into
he
the
did
game when he hit back-to-back
He's struggling.
threes.
When the last time Kim scored?
Kim was in
25?
foul trouble last night.
He's struggling, bro.
He had 4 fouls going
We
into
go
the
back
fourth
to
quarter.
we go back to series back. When the last time this dude scored 25 or 20?
He's struggling, dog.
He had 25 and won the series games last year.
He's struggling.
He had like 31
He did
night.
against the Raptors.
Nah.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He had like 31
He had
night.
over
Yeah.
25.
That must be the first game of the series.
No.
He's struggling, dog. No doubt. He's struggling with his shot.
But at the end of the day, even if he's struggling, you
He
got
does.
Hayward,
He's a threat.
you got
He's a threat
Brown.
on the floor.
Exactly.
Like I told you, he made a pass to Tatum that hit Tatum right in the hands, and he wrapped around. What's name was open, but he wrapped around and threw a wide open pass.
Okay.
It's that type of eyesight, that type of game planning that you need. You need him on the floor.
So you saying it's over with and the next game? You think Miami win?
I think it's going 7. I watched the way they play, and I think Boston kind of figured out certain things about Miami. First of all, Miami has a problem sometimes. It's certain points of the game where they can't score a basket.
Yeah.
Jimmy's not hitting the shot. If Hero's not coming off that pick, and the other kid that shoot the three well, if he's not hitting that, then they are in start because Crowder's not hitting anything.
Yeah.
He's not hitting nothing, and then Bam looks like he's hurt. He's kind of laboring up and down the floor. I think he hurt his hand the last game, and it seems like this game it showed a little bit. He was missing easy jumpers that he was hitting last game. And then coming off the bench outside of Hero, they have nobody else.
They have nothing. None.
And Boston figured out, because I think last time they were putting pressure on Hero, but it's simple fact that they just weren't scoring buckets.
So you agree with me? Boston had a better talent.
I mean, we all thought that, but
Boston had a better talent.
But as far as playing as a team,
Miami played better as a team.
And they had better coaching to the standpoint.
Right. But I think once, like you said, I think they done figured Miami out. I think they done figured
Well,
it out.
But they biggest problem was they
one game don't figure nobody out.
No, the last two games.
I hope that.
The
I
last
hope
two
that.
games they done.
I just think I think game 5.
They trying
No,
to
game 4, excuse me.
Yeah.
It was game 4.
They-
Game 4, I just think Boston missed shots.
Yeah, that's it.
And they
And
turned the ball over.
they
They
turned the ball over.
Turn the ball over. They had that
But
game.
game 5, when Miami was up early, I wasn't even worried about it because I looked at the game and I said, okay, they're up early, they're up by 12. There's no Boston gonna come back. But then when they got in the second half, like I said, the center for Boston figured it out. Somebody must came and told you got to attack the middle.
He's
Once he
open.
started
That
attacking the
middle
middle,
It's open.
it was open. It was over. Now
Miami don't have no size. And
Miami's
in the
gonna
middle
make-
of the paint anyway.
Miami's got to make adjustments. And I think and I'm not saying what's the name? I forgot the name. Spice, whatever.
something like
There
that.
you go.
Nice.
Defensively, he played a great game.
Yeah.
In the second half, he moved his feet well because Miami was killing with that pick and roll, whether it was Dragic going to the basket or throwing another big Bam.
Yeah.
They started taking that away, started attacking them and blocking the shots, covering the basket. I mean, I think they got a good shot of winning.
If they can
Game
continue to
6.
stop Dragic off that pick and roll, you can stay home on the shooters.
But the problem is, this is what I don't get. You watch all this film, you know Dragic's trying to get to that left hand every time. Like
He killing them.
no,
bro.
when he get to that left hand, it's a done deal for them. And I'm like, dude,
It's easy.
you gotta,
It's hard to guard a left-hand person.
bro, but you gotta take away
Bro,
that left. If
make
you
him
know
go right.
You make him
Bro,
go right.
it's easy, but because they hit you with a move, bro.
No, but
Because you so used to guarding right-hand people, it's hard. I'm telling you.
Keith,
when I
but
played
it ain't no
ball,
excuse
bro,
right now, Keith. It ain't no
I
excuse.
hate guarding a left-hand
Keith,
person.
Keith,
Cause
how many games did he play so far?
Cause look at Ginobili.
Hold on, how many games-
Ginobili did that.
How many games did he play so far? How many games did he play so far?
I think
In this series, how many games did he play so far? 5, right?
Yeah.
Dog, you know this man going.
But Key got a point. And here's a solid point to that. It's easy to say that.
Yes.
But I mean, there's things that you can do to change the angle that make you still get you an opportunity to have the advantage as an offensive player. So what they did the other night, is they shade him one way, and he was killing with the left hand, and then Boston, how they countered that was, of course, they shaded that left hand, but then what Miami did is they brought the pick and roll a little bit farther out.
Yeah.
Now you got more space. He's got more of a
Crossover,
not even a crossover. He's got more momentum to go, and he's like 6'5", so he doesn't have to go. He doesn't have to go to the rim. He can shoot that floater. He can throw it high off the basket. He can stop. So you gotta respect the fact that Miami making the adjustments. I mean, bringing that pick and roll a little bit higher up outside of the free throw line or bringing it low.
Yeah, bro.
Those are adjustments that most teams make.
Especially when he can hit a jumper. And
He
you know
hit
it
it,
flow.
he knocked it
So
down.
it make it even harder to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna take his left way," because he can just pull up. It's hard. I hate guarding a left hand person.
I think the jumper thing is.
I'm talking about he get to the mid range.
He can make it. He can make it.
His jump was
bro, the whole playoffs.
His jump was cool. I think the refs are giving him way too much. Especially that 1-3 when he pump fake and old boy landed
that's
and went
terrible.
backwards and they
That's
called a
terrible.
foul. He
That's
leaped into him.
terrible.
Come on, man. You got to see that. You got to see that for what it
The
is.
officiating been terrible.
I don't like that rule regardless. They need to change that in the NBA where the defender got his spot, but you can just lean into me and you can, bro, what you want me to do?
Yeah.
And I'm already giving you room to come down, so what
Well,
else you want me to do?
that's something the NBA
Yeah.
got to look into.
So do you put Tatum or Brown on Dragic?
Nah,
And you can hide Kimber on one of the shooters?
But they just go to anybody Kimber is guarding, that's what they going to.
But they're not going to let Duncan Robinson.
And I was saying I ain't understand when what's the boy who used to play for Golden State was in the game. Iguodala. When Iguodala in the game, I didn't understand why they didn't put Kimbo on him.
Yeah, he's struggling so bad. I don't know why he even playing.
Because his defense.
Iguodala's so bad.
He can play no defense.
No, that boy.
But he getting cooked on
They
defense.
right.
Because
He's shut
but
himself
he's
right
guarding
He's
Tatum.
done,
dog.
bro.
He's guarding Tatum.
Iguodala
dog.
done, bro.
No, he done.
He done.
I don't know if he done.
No,
No,
he
he
done.
done.
You can look at it. You can look at his play. That boy.
So,
done.
Key, you say you got him in 7, so that mean they win in game 6. These
Yeah.
three, they win on Sunday or what? Boston.
Yeah, they win.
Miami.
I think Boston win. I think Boston stretched this thing out. I think last night gave them a glimmer of hope.
Okay.
And I think they know that they have the better athletes to win this series. And I think when you keep a team around, Miami can't have it. They have less room for error
Right.
with Boston. So I think Boston get it in 7.
So what you thinking?
JD.
JD already said he's going to 7.
I think it's 1-7.
Yeah, I think it's
The
7.
last game, man, I'm iffy on. I really don't know how that's gonna work
But
out.
anything can happen in the game 7.
Yeah, but I think it's going 7, man. And
7, I think-
Oklahoma
I think-
just lost today.
I think Miami going.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
They know K-State beat them
Oklahoma
up.
just lost.
They
Yes.
should have been ranked number 3.
Oklahoma just lost.
They should've
Wow.
They should have been ranked number 3.
35.
Jeez.
38-35.
They should have been ranked number 3 anyway.
Wow.
Wow.
They got to explode. Nigga Riley got something down
He
there.
ain't got no defense.
They ain't got no defense.
I mean, I don't think no team in the Big 12 got deep.
Well, you
We'll
know-
talk about college football later.
Yeah.
So I think Miami gonna win in 7. I think that's what it's gonna be, and we're gonna end it with that.
All right.
So Western Conference game, what is it? Game 5 tonight. LeBron and the Lakers and AD have a chance to close out the upstart Nuggets. I'm gonna start calling them the 3-1 Nuggets because
3-1 Nuggets.
them boys been balling. So AD turned his ankle. He said he's questionable. Vogel said he's ready to go for tonight. D Spring, what should do the Lakers wrap it up tonight, or the Nuggets somehow figure out a way?
Before you give your thoughts, man, AD is selfish as Sharman, bro.
He's been tougher
put
this
that out
year.
there.
He's been a little bit tougher this year.
No, when he grabbed his ankle and nobody fell up under him,
he did
is-
roll that ankle though.
He is soft, bro.
He rolled it a little bit.
He
bro.
is soft. When the guy elbowed him, when the guy went through the pick and he just folded up like a plexiglass, he folded up.
Well, we
and-
know he can't play football.
Bro, he just folded up like I've never seen him play in my life. Like,
I will say this:
That was the
if
softest
AD
thing.
was still with the Pels, he probably out a week.
dog,
Then
I've
he
never
been playing
seen-
tough a little bit more.
I've
than
never
Lakers.
seen nothing like that in my life. A grown man fold up like that. When he folded, did you not see how he folded up? Like he folded up and he fell over like that.
Yo.
He was like, oh, and his face turned that way. I was like, this dude got to be the
Yo.
softest dude I've ever seen in my life.
AD need to drink some more milk. But on another,
I don't think nobody drink milk no more.
Hey,
man,
look,
for real.
on another note,
I
though,
think milk's bad for you, but
I think
Cow's milk is definitely bad.
I think the Lakers get it done tonight. I think now they know with a mature team that they have and a lot of guys who play in the league, I think they understand the ramifications of keep playing. Because if you keep playing, eventually something's going to happen.
Yeah.
The tide is going to turn if you keep playing. So I think the Lakers get it done. I just think that the role players need to continue stepping up. I think the White House need to continue to slow down on the wildness a little bit, ease up a little bit, but continue to get buckets and continue to get rebounds and continue to play the way he's been playing. And I think that with the role players, if they come tonight and play and make buckets, then I think they get it done.
All right, JD.
I think Nuggets win tonight.
Okay.
Right? Only because I just don't care about the Lakers and I want them to go a little bit longer because I know the other series is going to go 7 games in my opinion.
So you need a little extra basket.
So I would like for the Lakers to have to sweat a little bit before they get to the next level. Possibility of them winning today is going to be probably going to happen, but the likelihood that the Nuggets can play well with no pressure, they've done it before. I don't think they're going to win the series, but they've done it before. They've done it 2 times, and this is a great opportunity for them to try to just go out there and just play ball, play free. I watched them the last game. I thought they had a real good chance to win that game.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they just didn't make plays when they had a chance. They would be down by 1 or down by 2, and they need a rebound. They wouldn't get it. Rondo hit a 3 one time when they were down by like 1 or 2, and the Lakers just pulled away.
Yeah.
And that's a sign of a better basketball team who's playing great basketball, playing together. But if they could just do what they did in Game 3, and just play free and just go out there and play basketball and get the calls that they should be getting, because that one foul when Murray went to the basket, that was a foul on LeBron on the body.
The second one was, yeah. The one where Vogel challenged, that was a foul because LeBron hit him with the lower body.
First of
and
all,
the one where he kind of went up and kind of kicked his leg out, that was a foul by
You
LeBron.
definitely sound like a fanboy.
No, I just
So-
said it was a foul. Both of them was a foul.
First
He
of all,
he got the first, he didn't get the second.
Let me say something else. This whole narrative of LeBron shutting players down, they need to stop it. Like, first of all, they was trapping Mary. They pretty much the entire second half, but they definitely trapped him in the fourth quarter. So when Mary actually got to ISA on LeBron, that's when the foul, the first foul, then the second foul that didn't get called,
Yeah.
LeBron came to a layup,
Yeah.
should have been called.
Yeah.
LeBron got a lot of calls last game after they put that little recording through, that little video through. LeBron got a lot of calls. Even one where he pushed Grant down with his off arm and then went up and I think laid it up and got an and one. So I mean, if the refs called it fair, I think the Nuggets win tonight.
Man, they call it fair.
No, they
Hold on,
didn't.
let me say this.
No, they didn't.
Hold on, James.
No, they
If you
didn't.
look at all the playoff games, the refereeing has been horrible on both sides. If I saw Murray get a whole bunch of calls, I'm like, how you get that call? Ain't nobody touched him.
Win.
It's
The
the, whole,
game.
the last game, game 5, he shot a 3 and ain't nobody touched him. They gave him a 4-point play. It's
No,
a
they
whole
touched
bunch of
him.
time. Hold on, bro. It's a whole
They
bunch
touched him
of
on that play.
bro. It's a whole bunch of plays.
You just can't be
that
picking
the
up plays out of
referee-
nowhere. I just gave you an actual
I just
play.
gave you Murray shot a 3.
I just showed you
Murray shot a
replay
3.
of it of LeBron literally clipping
No,
him with his
the
body.
refereeing has been bad all the way around.
So
it don't matter.
So why if it's been bad all the way around, then why would the Lakers pull a video, a
No,
video synopsis of different fouls that supposed to be called that LeBron should have had? Why they submitted it? If it's bad all around, if it's
No,
bad
it's
all
bad
around,
all
why
around.
count?
They feel like they're not getting the call, but I'm saying that's on the coach. If your coach don't submit it and you know it's bad call, that's on your coach.
Mike
That ain't
Miller.
on nobody.
Mike Miller submitted a video. Watch the calls change.
Malone Smith won
I mean
tonight.
Malone, not Malone. Mike,
They'll get
Malone.
some more free throws
Mike Malone.
tonight.
Dog, Lakers shot 35 free throws.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. That's how they won.
Well, I think LeBron.
They won by 8.
LeBron
They
has
shot
that
13.
Shaq, right? Like Shaq never got all the calls. You can call a foul every single time if you
Exactly.
want, but he just don't get all the calls like James Harden do. James Harden, you go to James Harden. No, James Harden been leading the league
It
in
ain't-
foul free throws
it ain't the
for the
same,
last
bro.
5 years.
It ain't the same, bro.
Why ain't
James
the
Harden
same?
does get fouled a lot, and James Harden.
No, if you go to the
Hold on,
basket
James-
and two cats hitting you,
James Harden acts a lot too, but LeBron is always creating the contact, and then
call
and
it
then
either
that
way.
Harden.
Then if you feel the man is creating the contact, call the charge.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's one or the other. Contact is happening,
Bro,
It's
if
either
you
or.
see
You
LeBron
call it either
elbow-
way.
When you see LeBron elbow, I'm gonna give you an example, and this is why I give you an example. The Boston game last night, Tatum went down the court, did a hezzy, came up, did a spin move. Before he did his spin move, he pushed the other guy out the way with his off arm.
Right.
He pushed them all, then shot it and hit the J. Nobody called it, but that is actually a foul. Now,
Absolutely.
hold
Just
on.
like Donovan said,
Hold on.
inconsistency.
Hold on. Come down the court. Saying in the fourth quarter, Tatum was on the block against Jimmy Butler, does a pump fake, stepped around him, went to shoot the ball, got fouled, they didn't call it, and then old boy from the center for Celtics caught it, rebound, and tried to put it back up, and he got fouled. But that's what I'm saying, like, those things are happening. The refs can call it, but the Lakers decided, it ain't consistent. We need to submit a tape to show LeBron's getting
Why
fouled
not?
all game long.
Why not?
Come on, man.
So that's what I'm saying. So Malone did.
So watch Denver get
He
called.
just
tonight.
did it.
Well, that's
Denver's
your story.
gonna get
But
called
if that's
tonight.
the case, if that's the case, if that's the case, you should have did it. I don't care. You the coach.
Nah, bro.
You the coach. I don't care how it is. If you got that gateway to do it, then do it.
Denver did.
They gonna listen.
Denver
they
gonna get called tonight.
Denver just did it. Lakers did it first.
That's
That's
their
what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
Free
It
throws.
don't matter.
Come on, man.
So if
if it's fair, you don't give
But
nobody
just like what
35
Donovan
free throws.
said, the refereeing has been inconsistent.
Man, open
right?
that
It's-
door, man. It's hot,
Coaches,
bruh.
coaches shouldn't have to submit anything, right? But the Lakers did it. Malone just did it, right? And it's going to be effective. If Denver is aggressive going to the basket, they're going to get few calls.
And this is the thing. This has been going on since the playoffs started.
They're going to get called. It's just the way it is.
It's
bro.
been terrible. It's been terrible.
Key, what you got, bro?
Yeah, let's move on for that. The calls. I'm going Denver tonight because
What?
Yes.
Man, you ain't no Lakers.
I'm
Tell
a
you.
Laker fan,
You ain't
and
no
I
Lakers fan.
told you.
You did tell me.
I told you, Lakers winning 6. I'm going Denver tonight because of the simple fact the refs been shown they gonna call a lot of calls in Denver, and to me it's about money. It's about money. The whole NBA. I told you that other night when you said they was gonna win. I said they was gonna lose because they not. Denver is gonna win tonight. I still got the Lakers winning in 6, but Denver will win tonight because they're gonna get the calls tonight. They've been showing up everything you've been seeing on TV. Murray driving to the basket, LeBron coming down on him, no call.
It was only one play where.
But that was a big. They was only down by 3. You call that foul.
I get it.
He goes to the free throw line.
Absolutely.
It's a 1-point game.
Absolutely.
That changed. That changed that. But it changed the game.
Because what happened was KCP came down and hit the 3.
Yes, that changed that game. We don't know what happened if they call that foul. That was huge.
Yes.
So they go tonight. Mark my word. They gonna start Dwight Howard, and he's gonna be in early foul trouble, just like Nurkic was in last game. Jokic.
But if Jokic's not aggressive,
he's gonna be aggressive tonight because the coach gonna tell him be aggressive tonight. Let's see if we get those calls. And their game plan is to be.
But it ain't like he can.
Hold on, it's my take, dog.
It's my take. It's everybody's take.
No, you actually.
Joe.
Everybody had their chance, right? My take. Damn, I'm a Laker fan. Y'all just
But
know.
I can't tell you.
Because I'm keeping it real how I feel. Did I say the Lakers gonna lose the series? You asked me who gonna win tonight.
You was nervous.
No, you asked me who gonna win tonight. Am I right, JD? Then ask me who gonna win
All
tonight.
right,
That's what he said.
You have the floor.
Yeah, so give me the floor. Damn,
Yeah,
every time I
you
make
have
a
the
point,
seat. You have the
seat. Take it away. I can't make my point. So I'm going because the White have 2 fouls in the first quarter, and he's the reason that slow Nurkic down. It's not JaVale McGee.
Yeah,
it's not. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna be aggressive early. The White gonna have 2 early fouls, and I got Denver winning tonight. I think he's gonna go 6 games. I said that from day one when they went up 2-0. Y'all was like, boys, it's a sweep. I was like, Denver.
I said it couldn't possibly be a sweep, but it's over in 5.
But I say I got Denver tonight, and I think because they're gonna get the calls, and there was a different in the game the other night. It was calls. Mm-hmm. Lakers got more fouls than Denver did, and I think tonight Denver gonna have more calls than the Lakers.
I don't think Denver.
That don't mean that.
I don't think Denver gonna get more calls than the Lakers.
I think they're gonna get more foul calls than the
You
Lakers.
might get more foul, but that don't say they're gonna win.
But I'm going with Denver tonight. We'll see what happens.
I think the Lakers wrap it up. I think it's urgency, right? You know, AD got the ankle issue. And I think LeBron and them want to wrap it up and give him a
LeBron ain't been playing well in this series at all.
And I don't think it's so much about playing. I think he's picking his spots. And whether that's right or wrong, he's very passive early. But if AD's
We gotta get Grant. Because the thing
Grant playing well, bro. Boy, young, he's long, he's athletic.
The thing, what I see with Denver is they telling Porter and Grant,
Go at
him. Don't let him rest.
Absolutely,
It's taking a toll on his offensive game.
Absolutely.
And they going at him.
And that's why you got AD, because AD don't have nobody that can stop AD when AD wants to not be stopped.
But AD getting his points.
But I'm saying, so I think with LeBron, he's just serving. And I think, is that a fault sometimes? He holds it,
but I
trying to get others involved.
But I think he's tired. Like, he's actually working.
Man, he shouldn't be tired.
No, I'm saying he's working. He's playing defense.
He should.
He's chasing, getting out on shooters. Grant driving. Like, he's
Grant's
not
playing well.
He's not.
Grant's playing well.
And I think there's a fact that, because I'm looking at the whole game, and I'm saying, they got the right game. This series easily can be tied. If you look
of course,
at
it could be.
And it's not like y'all was saying, like, I'm way off, like Denver can't win, and like the
I
Lakers.
said he couldn't.
Like, Lakers been dominating them this whole series. It's actually a
real close series. It's a close series.
Here and there, it can be a tie game. Or Denver can be up 1.
But I think that's when the veteran leadership from the Lakers play a factor. Right? So the way you get LeBron off of Murray late in that game, get him off the ball. Run LeBron off picks. You know what I'm saying? Run him on the baseline, bang him up a little bit where he got to chase Murray versus giving Murray the ball at the top of the key. And it wasn't no hard picks that LeBron had to fight through.
But Murray did get to the cup. He got fouled.
Right. But I'm just saying, if you want to get a person off of you, you get him off the ball.
But I'm just saying, it ain't like he didn't get to the cup. He still got to the cup.
At the end of the day, superstars get called.
But Draymond Green even tweeted, Murray didn't do enough yet to get that call against LeBron. And he knows a foul, but he tweeted and said,
superstars get calls, and
I'm saying.
non-superstars don't get called, and that's been over the history of the NBA. It has been the history of the NBA.
It has.
But and Lakers gonna do the same thing in the fourth quarter again.
Right.
They're gonna put LeBron on Murray. Can the Denver Nuggets say, you know what? We're not gonna let LeBron just beat him
But I
up.
think Big Boy gonna have a better game tonight. That's
He
what
should.
I'm saying.
This is a statement game for him.
He
He has
played-
to.
He played horrible last game, but
But
he's in
foul
foul
trouble.
trouble.
He has
and
to.
I don't think they put him in foul trouble tonight. I just
He
don't
has to
think.
play better.
I think
They need him.
I just think Nokia still got to be aggressive, whether you're in foul trouble or not.
But
And
he
first
was
of all,
out his
you're the
rhythm.
underdog.
He was out his rhythm.
But
And I ain't like the move. I ain't like the move. You taking him in and out on offense, defense.
That's
if
right,
he's
man.
in the game, Rondo Brand don't even get that rebound. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when coaches. What am I saving you for? You got 5 fouls. What I'm saving you for? This is a must-win game. You foul out. You foul out.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that move.
All right, so I got the Lakers wrapping this thing up tonight. So let's move on to the NFL. We always do our pick'ems, the top games of the week. We have some great games this week. We're gonna start out with Green Bay traveling to New Orleans. New Orleans is gonna have some fans in the building. So Devontae Adams probably not gonna play.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas has definitely been ruled out already. So, JD, give me your picks for the game. I already know who you're going to pick, but just give me a little breakdown of the game.
And you want me to start this off?
Yeah, that's right. I want the hater to go first.
Because I ended it last time when I knew the Raiders were going to win last week. But
You called it.
another story.
You called it. Hey, no doubt. You called it. You called it. Look, we ain't hating on that. You called
That's
it.
another story. That's another story. That's last week's.
You
That's
called it.
last week's pick'ems.
You called it.
This week's a new week.
It's a new week.
That's a last week's pick'ems.
Fresh new week. You called it.
I want to point that out there. You know what I mean? I
It's
wanna
on.
point that out there.
Look, it's on live. You called it.
Well, technically it really isn't.
Well, the video's out there. The video's still there.
Technically we don't have anything to actually say that would ever really happen. But
We do have video.
That's a different story.
We got video.
That's a
It's called bonus
If they
footage.
heard it,
Bonus
if they heard
footage.
that,
It's called bonus footage.
okay.
We got.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We don't even have that. We have nothing.
Yeah, we ain't got that, bro.
We have nothing, right?
My bad.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I think this is a great game. I'm being honest with you guys. I've said this before. I've said it for the last 3 years. And I'm not sure if you just Keon says it a little bit.
He says it a lot.
When they're losing. But when they're winning, he doesn't say anything.
That is true.
But I've been saying this for a long time, for the last 4 years. The decline in Drew Brees' arm is evident. Mm-hmm. It's out there. You can see it. I mean, I've been seeing it with throws. I've always been honest about this, about the Saints, and you know, I really don't like your coach at all. But I will give Sean Payton his just due and his credit and respect, because Sean Payton is one of the best schemers the NFL's ever had. Mm-hmm. He can scheme things and put his players in the right position to make plays. Okay. I mean, you saw that against the Raiders. I mean, he went down the field like zip, 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 and then y'all scored with the AK, and I'm like, he's just running screens. He's shadowing the things that he's funneling out and shadowing the things that you do well, because there's some things that you guys do to struggle at. And Drew Brees' arm, man, I'm telling you, he can't throw a pass over 30 yards. I'm sorry. And
It's a fact.
And when you sit the text out to answer one of your text, you didn't make it as a question, but you said this, like, when his arm gets stronger, your arm don't get stronger as the season goes on.
It's not.
It actually gets weaker.
Yeah.
And, you know, the more you throw, the more issues you're going to have. And that's why you've been struggling in the playoffs, because of that situation. So, I got Green Bay. Right now,
News flash.
I got to do that.
That's not a surprise.
No, it's just not that. I got Green Bay.
I don't think that's
because
surprising.
If the matchup was better for you guys, I would see it. But I got Green Bay because, number one, I think Aaron Rodgers playing at elite level.
He playing with a chip on his shoulder, it seems like.
And I just feel like one thing I saw with the Raiders is their tight end was ripping y'all to shreds.
Bruh.
And if Green Bay plays with the tight end and gives Aaron Rodgers time,
I don't even know who they tight end
which
is.
to me he's giving, because your rush is not getting there like he used to. And Cam Jordan, man, where you at?
Yeah.
Because last game against the Raiders, bro, you didn't do nothing.
Crickets.
And they ran at you. Mm-hmm. That was another thing that people were doing. He was running at him the entire game, right? So I mean, I got the Green Bay because I feel like they're the better team, and I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna make more plays, man.
Even without Devontae Adams?
Yeah, I think I got it 31-20.
Okay. D Springs?
Green Bay. I saw that joint last week
Last week on who?
on New Orleans.
Okay.
I can tell Drew Brees ain't comfortable without having Michael Thomas. He's not comfortable at all. He don't care. At the end of the day, AK did what he could, but you can tell Drew Brees not having Michael Thomas plays a big part in his game. And he don't feel comfortable throwing to them other receivers. Because y'all had people open the whole game. It was people open, he just couldn't get it to them. And see that's the thing, when you only have one receiver that you throw to 190 balls to, that's a problem. That's a problem because you're not comfortable. And I'm gonna use an example. Look at Matt Ryan. Yeah, he used to throwing to Julio, but then when Calvin Ridley came, he spread the ball around. Like Calvin Ridley, even though they done
we 0-2.
They're 0-2, but I'm saying forward.
Matt Ryan's fault.
No, it's not. No, this is what I'm saying. You're 0-2, but he spread the ball around to his receivers, and he feel comfortable throwing to them guys. Drew Brees don't feel comfortable throwing to them guys. Emmanuel Sanders came over.
It ain't about comfortable. It's about wins and losses.
Yeah, but if you ain't comfortable throwing to the receivers that you got out there, you don't get no wins. You don't get no dubs.
It's gonna take time with.
Dog, it's no excuse. You done been in there a long time, bro.
No, it's not an excuse.
Yeah,
we all know
the system hasn't changed.
No, Breeze.
He's at the same
it's a
play
timing.
caller for the last 15 years.
You got to get the man the
There's
ball.
no
Right?
real
Look,
reason.
how many catches?
All you do is plug another player in there.
Right?
He had 0
He had
catches.
one
catch.
Yeah, one
in
catch.
4 quarters.
Four
This dude's supposed to be on the other side of Michael Thomas. He at least had 5 or 6 catches. You know what I'm saying? You can, dog, I'm telling you, they're going to struggle because Drew Brees, like you said, doesn't have the arm strength anymore. But at the same time, he's uncomfortable. He's uncomfortable throwing to the other guys. And I just think Green Bay got the better team. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come in. And if they don't get no rush on them, it's going to be a long day.
Oh, no doubt. Key, what you got, boy?
Yeah, bro. My man was struggling last week. He was.
Dude, you sound sad, bro.
He was. No.
You sound
Here's the thing, Keith. He didn't look great against Tampa Bay.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Tampa Bay just made 3 mistakes.
Because a regular quarterback would have killed Tampa Bay.
But what got me is not even his arm strength. He was missing wide open dudes. Like he was throwing
his accuracy's
speed.
gone.
Yeah.
He was throwing.
I ain't
all
say
that
it's
head.
gone.
But I'm gonna get.
I'm not saying it's gone.
But I'm gonna try to get him benefit of doubt. He ain't had no preseason. No. Hold on, bro. Down. Did I cut you off?
Yeah, I'm about to cut you
No,
off.
did I cut you
So
off?
what you about to say? No preseason?
No.
Hell, ain't nobody had no preseason.
But nobody did, and I'm just saying, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's one of those rhythm quarterbacks that need it. But I would say that his arm strength is gone. But what I'm not seeing from him is his accuracy, even hitting those 15-yard passes. We know he can't, like James said, he's not going 35, 40 yards. But he wasn't even hitting the 15-yard passes.
Can you see it yourself?
I did. And so I said, but my pick, since they playing at home, they going to have fans in there. Fans going to be hyped up. They going to be fans in there. I'm going to have to go with us by 3 because we're playing at home. If we was playing in Green Bay, and if they was playing in the Dome with no fans, but having them fans in the Dome, bro, I just think, and Drew Brees have heard the rumblings, bro, like, is he done?
But I don't change your arm.
But not, I don't need
Don't change your arm.
But Sean Payton had to realize too was Alvin Kamara was rolling. Dude had like about 13 carries for 85 yards. That was a game where he needed to have 20.
Yeah.
20 to 25. So sometimes you got to play with your strength. Like, okay, I know Drew can't throw the ball 35 times no more. We got to hit him with screen passes, running game. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the Lakers. Let me say not the Lakers. I'm going to go with the Saints. I'm going to go with the Saints because they're at home and the fans. And I think the fans, it's still going to be, how many fans going to be in the stadium?
I mean, it might be 25% capacity.
25,000?
No, they ain't going to be.
2,500.
But
I mean, it might
no,
hold
it's going to be more than
15,000 somewhere in there.
No, it's going to be more than 2,500.
No, it'll be more than 2,500. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but they
Let's
will
say
have
by
some.
10 grand, by 10,000. It's going to sound like by damn 50.
They gonna be hype.
So that's why I'm going to go with a Sunday night game in the Dome with fans. I'm going to go with the Saints.
No, I guarantee you why Drew light them boys up. I guarantee you. Watch.
Because Green Bay ain't really played nobody.
You play. It ain't even about what Green Bay.
I'm just saying,
Green
who
Bay
they beat?
handled their business like they supposed
Who
to.
did they beat?
Who y'all beat?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay was supposed to be this playoff team.
Tampa
What's
no.
the
So you
key word?
saying Tampa Bay not
What
good?
the key word you said?
What?
Suppose.
They
They
gonna
will
make
be
the
in the playoffs.
playoffs.
They've been in the playoffs.
They gonna make a playoff.
Here's the thing.
I think they'll make the playoffs.
Y'all kill me. You just said Drew Brees need a preseason. Now y'all are saying Tampa Bay supposed to be a playoff team. So what level do they supposed to come in the season with?
Exactly.
Because you just said they ain't put, and then y'all.
Now, I just said who Green Bay beat. That's all I say.
Everybody
Who you beat?
We beat Tampa Bay.
Exactly. It's the beginning of the season.
Tampa Bay's better
Early.
than any team.
How do you know that? It's
It's
1-1.
early.
Hey, you just said it's no preseason.
Tampa Bay should be
And
good.
You can't say that. You
And they
can't say
struggled
one
against
day.
Carolina. If Ted don't throw a pick, that game be a lot closer than what it was.
Right. You can't say on one end, oh man, ain't nobody had a preseason, so I don't know if it's gonna
And
be.
Drew- I
said Drew.
And then on that, dog, every quarterback
Everybody
had
had
it.
no preseason.
Tom Brady ain't had one either.
And he ain't looking all that great.
So
either.
there you
He
go.
looking his age and nobody ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, he ain't looking
No,
great.
Nobody ain't saying nothing.
He's playing a little bit better than Drew Brees.
He playing a little bit better.
That boy terrible.
No, he's playing a little
But
bit
he
better.
ain't looking
terrible.
great. He
Both
ain't
of them-
looking
His arm is a better,
To
lot
me-
stronger,
to
but
me-
they playing bad.
To
bro.
me, both of them look like doo-doo.
They playing bad, bro.
Both of them playing. Now but you can't make the argument. Aaron Rodgers putting up 42 with the
Oh,
pass.
bro, they
But
play
who else is
Minnesota and
playing?
Detroit, bro.
Hold on.
They ain't playing world beaters.
It's
That's why
Hold
I'm
on.
saying.
We haven't played. I think Tampa Bay defense is gonna be top 5.
But you can't say it. You can't.
I think
say
they will.
after
They've
two.
shown it.
You cannot say after
They-
two.
they dominated Carolina.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Bro, they had-
Carolina had a chance to score.
Yeah, they had
They
a chance.
had, just like you said,
Exactly,
had.
but you're trying to project that. You're trying to project they're gonna be a top 5 defense.
I think they will.
After 2 games.
I think Tampa Bay gonna be
How?
solid, dog.
How do you know that?
They got a young, aggressive secondary.
You're
They got a nice- they got a
what
nice
you're
rush.
doing
Have you
is
seen their
no.
schedule?
What you're doing
It's
is
about the schedule. No, but
No.
everybody got it's on
what
paper.
you're doing is you're taking your opinion and trying to apply it to a fact, and does not make sense.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
So
And you
then-
just said the same thing earlier. You making an opinionated comment and then saying
Oh,
like,
I'm telling
there's
you.
no Drew, there's no preseason. Nobody's had preseason.
I agree with
So
that.
then
But,
you
you
turn
know,
around and
but
say,
I'm saying
we
'cause
beat
of
Tampa
timing.
Bay.
I'm saying because of timing.
Well,
He
only
wasn't
dude
playing
was
that much in
Emmanuel
preseason
Sanders.
anyway.
Huh?
Only dude who can't do was Emmanuel Sanders.
True. I'm going with the
Look,
same.
y'all did not look great against Tampa Bay.
We
and y'all
didn't.
did not, and y'all did not look great against the Raiders. And you're literally trying to
It's
make
early.
Now it's early.
It's
And just
early.
a minute ago, you just said Tampa's a top 5 defense.
They will be.
We just said 2 games.
They will be. I think they will
How
be.
was it?
I think they will be.
I'm
Like I
going-
just said, bro,
I'm going with the Saints.
when you watch these games, you gotta look at it, and yeah, you want to look at the end. I pray to God the Falcons defense plays better than they've been playing the first 2 games of the season.
Right.
We hope. I don't see it, but we hope that happens. I think the entire team we fired at some point, but we hope we have. But at the same time, you can't project that. Right now, from when you look at those 2 games, and you look at Drew Brees,
plays
right
like
now,
He's not playing great.
He played like shit.
not great.
He played like shit.
He's not
No,
playing great at all.
he's averaging 5 yards a pass.
Yes.
That's terrible.
He played like shit.
He look
Come
like
on,
Tom
man.
Brady, look like
But
Hell.
Jay, that's not the reason I said he played like shit. And you know I've been texting that. I like dude played like shit against Tampa and against fucking the Raiders. But I'm saying the reason I think we're gonna win because we're in the dome. He can't play no worse. I don't think.
Why you can't?
I don't think.
I don't
he
think he'll
can.
play that bad.
I don't think.
I think Sean Payton has an ego. Breeze has an ego, right? And I think they hit a chirping.
Who
They hit a note.
Y'all act like the other team don't have egos,
Exactly.
and they
I'm
don't want
gonna
to play
say from
well.
the fact that they hit a noise, right?
Everybody here know it.
No.
You just
Aaron
said
Rodgers- hold on,
you just said Aaron Rodgers hit the
He
noise.
hit it, and
So
Aaron
what
Rodgers
do you
came out balling.
mean? What
Right?
do you mean?
And Aaron Rodgers come out this season balling.
Yeah, 'cause they
Right?
was saying
He
Aaron-
come out balling.
they say Aaron was
Jordan
out.
Love, boy, you gonna be traded in the next 2-3 years, guaranteed. He ain't gonna never see the field.
Because they say Aaron.
He
was
hit a
done.
noise.
So let me ask you this question.
He hear the noise.
So let me ask you a question.
Just like Breeze hear the noise.
So Breeze heard the noise last year.
No.
Breeze heard the noise when y'all
No.
lost last year.
No.
In the
bro.
playoff,
No.
Breeze heard the noise.
Listen.
Hold on. What did Keith
Listen.
say? Hold on. What did Keith say after the game last year against Minnesota? Man, we got to get rid of Breeze. Breeze is killing us.
Say,
the
bro,
year
listen.
before that, Keith said the same thing. Breeze is killing us.
Listen, bro.
Breeze has been hearing the noise.
If your team has the lead going into the last couple minutes of a game, and you give it up, it doesn't matter how well your quarterback played. Yeah, he might have had a bad play at the end in the overtime, right? But you had a lead with like 2 minutes left. You need a complete team to win the Super Bowl.
You right.
Somebody got to step up.
But at the end of the day, your quarterback can't turn the
It
ball
doesn't
over.
matter, dog. Like, yeah,
Your quarterback
mistakes
can't turn the ball
happen.
over.
Say, bro, mistakes happen, right? I can easily say on that fumble, and we're not trying to go back to the playoffs. I can easily blame Pete for blowing the block, letting JaVale Hunter go straight up the middle, no touching. You know Breeze ain't fleet of foot, right?
But Breeze still got to take the ball.
It doesn't matter, dog. Protected or not, you got a man that's 6'7" coming directly at you. You trying to get out of it. He's gonna hit the ball out your hand if you ain't protecting. But at the end of the day, nobody's talking about the missed block, right? If he got blocked, Breeze got a chance. At the end of the day, I think he's gonna play well against Green Bay. He hit a noise. Everybody, look, Breeze have never had a great arm strength. Never.
His accuracy is.
So let me ask you a question.
I think his accuracy is going to be there. His accuracy is going to be there.
So what if Green Bay win? Not what you do with
I'm
Breeze.
not saying if they win, they win. Man.
What you gonna do with Breeze?
No, Breeze is going to be the quarterback.
You still got it.
Breeze is going to be the quarterback
He's gonna be
until the
quarterback.
season is over.
he's gonna be
So
quarterback.
Sean Payton is not benching
He's
him.
not benching him for Winston.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
He's not gonna do it.
So I think the Saints is going to win. They're going to have a bounce back game. I just hope they run the ball a little bit more.
Who
That's what I want to say.
Breeze gonna throw the ball to?
No, I think
Because this is what's gonna
no,
happen.
they got options.
I'm gonna give you a scenario of the game.
Scenario, tell me.
The scenario of the game gonna be this: we're gonna stop the run. That's what Green Bay gonna do.
Green
We're
Bay
gonna-
light up
hold on.
front anyway.
We're gonna stop the run, and we're gonna force Breeze to throw to these
They're
receivers.
going to get carved up.
I bet they won't.
I bet they.
Not him throwing the
What
ball
you
fire.
want-
Not him.
What you want to
We
put
put
on?
you in the spot on.
20?
We put you in the spot.
You heard
right
it
up
here.
my alley. You right. That's right up my alley.
I know you like the bet.
Green Bay got one of the better secondaries.
Dog.
They gonna
when
get
you
their
throwing
ass
the ball
called
5 yards,
up.
I
So
can
you
get
don't
it.
rate
I'm telling you right now.
Who has Breeze called the first two
I'm
games?
taking out $20 down.
We're talking game 3.
Who did they call the first two games?
We're talking game
So
3.
you can't make a comment.
talking
Opinionated
game
comment.
three. He's gonna rebound.
What have you shown? What has Breeze shown you the first two games to make you make a comment that he's
We're
going to
1-1.
call him up?
He carved up Tampa.
Who? No, he didn't.
We scored
no, he
34.
didn't. No, he did not
He
call him up.
scored 27 on offense.
No, he didn't.
The defense
call
scored 7.
No.
What more you
Field
want?
position.
What more you
Field
want?
position and Tom
Now,
Brady.
see, you making a lot of
interceptions.
excuses.
No, I'm not
I
making. That's
can,
what
I can
happened.
easily say field
I
position
watched
all the
game.
time with any
He threw
team.
one pick six. He threw the other one. He threw the other one over the
He
top.
threw
of
no
his
pick
head.
6.
He did.
He did not
He
throw no.
no Jenkins. He caught it right.
I
there.
said they threw a pick 6. I just said we scored 34. The offense scored 27, and we had the
No,
I just said
interception
field
pick 6.
position. I said field position.
Next
ain't
game,
no way,
man.
ain't no next shit.
Next
I
game,
just
man.
told you field position and field position.
That can say that about any NFL team.
No, but he had 2 interceptions.
He had 1.
No, Tom
He had
Brady had
one.
2.
Tom Brady threw 2.
He had 2.
Who cares about Tom Brady, though? We're
That's
talking
what
about
I'm
Breeze.
talking about.
No,
He
what
won
he's
the
saying,
game.
what he's saying is that Tom Brady.
What they got to do with? No, you acting like that's a blame on Breeze.
No,
because
dude, Breeze
we got
did-
good field position.
Dude did not. Breeze did not throw over 50% in that game. Number one.
We won. We
No.
scored 27
No,
points
you-
on offense.
Yeah, you can do that when you got a good defense who's making plays.
No, that could be about anybody in the NFL.
Nah, bro, that ain't.
That's just like saying Green Bay 2-0 because their defense making plays. Stopping Matt
I'm gonna give you an
Stafford and
example.
stopping Kirk
I'm gonna
Cousins.
give you a great example.
Come on,
The
dog.
Raiders game. You got a fumble recovery. You couldn't capitalize on it. You
It
couldn't
happens.
move the ball.
It
No,
happens.
No, you're talking way too early.
No, it
You couldn't-
happens.
You couldn't capitalize on it. You couldn't move the ball. Why? Drees couldn't pass it down the field. Therefore, you have to punt the ball. You couldn't capitalize. He got the ball one play at like the 30-something. He got level with a pick 6. After that, Tampa Bay was done. They couldn't do anything else. But when he played against the Raiders, they had that one fumble. Outside that, they ran the ball and threw the ball on your ass all game long.
they gotta do
And
that.
that's why you lost.
I get all that.
You couldn't get field position.
I get it. We never had. Listen,
He didn't play
No.
playoff.
he didn't play.
No,
Well. I
no.
told you that.
There's a reason why you put certain players in certain position, and that's the reason why y'all lost against the Raiders.
No.
Because you can get good field position.
No,
and
they
kept
ran the
moving
ball and they controlled the football.
Sure they did, man.
No, they though we got 3 possessions, including
Listen, man.
the
Hey,
last possession
We can move on.
in the second half. You're gonna
We
lose
can
any
move
game.
on. We can move on.
Dallas
Like I
versus
told you.
Seattle,
Like I told y'all.
4
man.
o'clock game.
You already know I got picking.
Keon, who you got? Dallas versus Seattle in Seattle.
I'm going with Seattle. Russ is.
Russ, we trust.
Man, Russ, bro. To me, Russ the best quarterback in the league. I know a lot of people talk about Pat Mahomes,
Okay.
but
And
you get Russ those receivers Pat Mahomes got. He's doing the same thing, probably even better.
Okay.
So to me, Seattle and Dallas should have lost last week. I don't know how the hell they won that game. It was just Atlanta
That was pathetic.
gave them the game. And Dallas defense can't be had because Matt Ryan was doing whatever he wanted on.
Yep.
And if I think Julio catch that pass game, they don't even get back in the game.
Yeah, you got
So I think Russ gonna carve them up. Only chance Dallas can have is Zeke go wild.
You gotta stay with the run.
Gotta stay with the run, and Dak can still pass, but Zeke they gotta dominate the time of possession.
Yeah.
But if it's in a shootout, I'm going with Russ, bro. Russ right now, bro, been the best player in the league right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going with Russ.
D
You know who I'm
Springs.
going with? Seattle. I think Dallas shot their water last week.
Dallas got some weapons.
No, this is the thing.
They
You have
defense.
this is the
They
thing.
got some options.
This is the
It's
thing.
their defense.
You got weapons, but this is the thing. When you got the same play caller they're calling the same BS. That was like they was last year.
Dak playing well, though.
No, listen.
Dak put up 450 on Atlanta.
Hold on. He put up 450 on Atlanta because Atlanta made bad decisions down the stretch.
Well, you could call whatever you
So-
want.
so
you
you
can
call-
say that's an excuse.
Dog,
Somebody still got to make the pass.
you're right. He got to make the pass, but at the end of the day,
Dak been playing well.
No, he playing well.
if Dak was Dak, why did he get in that hole then?
Well, they turned the ball over.
Turnovers.
Zeke fumbled.
So
they had like 3 fumbles in like
so
out of 4
guess what?
possessions.
Then the
Guess what?
special team.
At the end of the day, Dallas defense ain't worth it.
Yeah, they
Their
They
offense,
definitely bad.
their offense, they got weapons, but can you utilize those weapons? Because they look like what an old boy had, Jason Garrett had. It's the same Dallas team. They're like the same team.
I think their D-line is for Dallas underachieving.
Dog, listen.
DeMarcus Lawrence,
That team look like the
Barton
same
Everson
team.
Griffin, they not getting no kind
That
of pressure.
Dallas team like the same team what Jason Garrett had. Like the same thing. It ain't no different. They listen, they got lucky last week and came back and won the game. But far as the overall team, it's like the same team what Jason Garrett had. It is. It is what it is.
So we're going to Seattle.
Seattle gonna smash them.
JD, what you got, bro?
Seattle, man. It won't be long. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a very competitive game. Seattle has a better defense than us as far as the Atlanta Falcons, and it showed. Matt Ryan, everybody's right. Matt Ryan got what he wanted. Yeah. He did what he wanted. I think if Julio hamstring wasn't bothering him, he would have caught that touchdown, and I think the game would have been over. I would have liked
I
to
know
see.
that he missed the ball in there, so
I mean,
he just dropped it.
That bit was
He just
straight.
dropped it.
That bit was
He
straight.
just dropped the ball.
He
He
just
just
dropped
dropped
that,
the ball.
dog.
I mean, he pulled his hamstring.
I don't give a
Brown.
shit. You just
They
dropped
got
the
nothing to
ball.
do with his hand.
No, you just dropped the
That ball
ball.
dropped that thing, dog.
He
He
just dropped
said-
the ball.
And that's been his
Good.
knock on Julio.
He clearly said, knock on what?
He
He
dropped the ball
drops
to
the
Carolina.
easiest passes sometimes.
He just dropped the ball.
I watched him against Carolina. He dropped that one.
He dropped the one against Atlanta.
He dropped that against Atlanta.
He just dropped it.
Dallas when I would say I would call someone his what's name was bothering. But anyway, because I could also say Matt Ryan should have threw a pass.
I should go off.
Let
Let me hit this.
I can
Womp
say
sound.
I can say Matt Ryan would have threw the ball 2 seconds earlier. He
It
could've
don't
threw
matter.
the
He
ball.
got the ball. He's still wide open.
Like my coach said, if it hits your hands, if it hits your hands, there ain't no excuses.
And there was nobody around.
It was a wide open touchdown in the game, but that wasn't the reason why
that was a big drop.
but that wasn't the reason why they lost. The damn
no.
ball was spinning.
No.
We ain't gotta go back.
Yeah, the special team shit.
We ain't got to go backwards. But I just think the way Russ is playing, he's ball. He's playing well. He's not the best quarterback in the NFL.
I think he's the best.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You think that, but he's not. So it's good but he is playing very good right now. He just a fade in the season. But I like Seattle because it's early. I think if Dallas played him later, and to be honest with you, that owned Russ. Be real. He actually has outplayed him in the playoffs a couple of times. I think they beat him too. They beat Seattle.
They beat him once.
Well, great. I just said he owns him. So
They beat him once.
and they beat him in
I don't
the
beat
regular
them once
season.
they own somebody.
Well, he's beat him in the regular season too. So he's beat him multiple times. You can look it up. You can Google it if you wanted to. But I like this matchup with Seattle though because I just think on the outside perimeter, Diggs struggled in that game against the Falcons. He got punished. So I like that. Go ahead with you, bro.
Yeah, I think Seattle definitely gonna win. I think the reason why people say Russ is probably one of the best in the league, his offensive line, bro. Seattle is not putting these big boys in front of him, bro. They need to start drafting early O-linemen, bro, within the first 2 rounds. And I think that's why when you talk about the best quarterbacks between Mahomes and Lamar, Russ does a lot with nothing.
With nothing.
If you compare the KC line and Baltimore's line, they got the way better line than what Russ had.
And receivers.
And then Seattle is a run first type offense.
Not no more. I think.
That's what they should let Russ cook.
I think Pete done said we gotta let this boy go.
But I think being in Seattle, even though they don't have the 12 man, I just think Dallas is undermanned. Dallas D line is just not producing, bro.
Russ the best in the game.
You signed Everson Griffin, you got DeMarcus Lawrence, and they not producing. So Seattle definitely gonna win. So we got another good matchup. Now they're undefeated. We got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Buffalo to play Josh Allen in Rochester, New York. D Spring, what you think about that game?
Rams.
Think so?
Yep. I think the running back being out for Buffalo, that's gonna hurt.
Ooh, Zach Moss? Man,
Yeah.
come on, man, stop.
Nah, he helped them out for like spelling no boy.
Hey, come
No,
on.
I'm talking about.
They got like Zach Moss is
I'm not
the
saying
best
no,
running back
but-
in the league,
No.
bro.
What I'm saying is that helps them out for us having 2 running backs that can control the game, and Josh Allen have to throw the ball as much.
But Josh Allen just like a running back himself.
Yeah, but
He probably get about 6-7 rushes a game himself.
man, listen, the Rams gonna beat them.
Okay. Keon, what you got?
Man, that's a tough one, man. I think because I do a sheet, but I put money on. I think I went with Buffalo. I think Buffalo at home. Are they gonna have fans? You know, everybody's starting to get no fans in Buffalo.
No fans.
But I'm gonna take Buffalo. I like Buffalo defense also.
Yeah, they're strong.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna give. What's the quarterback?
Goff.
I think Goff gonna have a long day, bro. So I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Who you got, JD?
I picked Buffalo last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Buffalo. I think the way they're playing is great. But I'm gonna go with the Rams this game. I think up front, and they're playing in where? LA or
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. It's early. It's not cold, and the way they playing up front with Aaron Donald is unbelievable. And I think the key matchup is going to be Ramsey and Diggs. And I think Ramsey, I just think it's going to be a problem with Ramsey. I think he's going to lock Diggs down. It's going to be, and even though Orson had a great game last week against the Miami Dolphins, the quarterback, Josh Allen, I still feel like he's going to struggle in this game because the Rams have a better secondary and a lockdown corner. So it was a couple passes that he threw against the Miami that should have been picked off.
Right.
One of them, Diggs caught. He should have picked it. That should have been picked off.
Right.
And floated one, and it went through, and it should never went through. So I think Rams make too many plays. They win this game.
Yeah, I got the Rams too. I think, like you said, the D-line, Ramsey can take away Diggs, and they can bracket John Brown. Right, they can take him away. I know Allen may make some plays with his legs, but I think the Rams just got too much talent, too much speed on the D-line to take away that win. So Chiefs versus Ravens on Monday night. It was a classic last year. The Chiefs pulled it out. But this year they traveling to Baltimore, no fans. JD, what you think about that game Monday night?
Revenge game. Chiefs is playing not at all. They're not clicking on all cylinders right now. They're playing well enough to win. Defense played a pretty good game against San Diego. LA Chargers, excuse me. So I like the way the defense is playing a little bit, but they still are giving up too many yards. They're giving up 300 yards to a first-year rookie player. So, that's pretty tough. I'm thinking that Lamar can outplay the rookie. So I'm going to go with the Ravens for the upset.
You call it upset even though they're 2-2? 2-0 both?
I think it's an upset because of what happened last year.
Okay.
The Ravens played a good game, and they actually played an efficient game. They went like
close.
fourth downs like several times.
Yeah,
So, going for it on fourth down, they knew they couldn't get the ball back to Patrick Mahomes. But I think this team for the Ravens, the secondary, getting Marcus Peters there, was built for this type of game. I just feel like this is going to be the game. It's going to be very hype, and the Ravens going to come in at home, so that should be a little bit more relaxed. I got the Ravens winning this game on Monday Night Football.
D Springs.
I got the Ravens winning. I think the defense side of the ball is going to be the difference, and I think that, like I said, Kansas City gave up a lot of yards, they gave up a lot to the guy from Oregon, rookie quarterback. Whatever his name is.
Herbert.
I didn't think Herbert.
Josh Herbert.
I didn't think Herbert was that great in college, but anyway.
Yeah,
I just think
Strong arm.
I just think the defense is going to play a big part of this game, and I think Lamar right now is hitting on all cylinders with his team. The tight end's getting over, and Brown is doing what he got to do. He got the receivers, and the running game is flowing. It needs to be flowing.
Let me ask you a question. How many points did they average a game?
Who?
The Ravens.
Probably like 40.
Like 40?
Yeah.
they rolling.
So they're averaging 40 points a game.
I think it's around that much. Let me see. Look it up.
So they're averaging 40.
They rolling.
So I guess so what would they have if they had OBJ and Laundry? Because somebody told me that there would be a better offense if they had those two, or the Browns offense. So tell me, if you should replace them, you replace the running backs and the receivers. What you told me, right? You said this last week.
Cleveland got talent, bro.
But are you telling me that Baltimore, because the way you said it, for me, I'm not an overcomplicated person, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm Einstein, but I think I do. I think for myself very well. And what you told me last week is that you replace Cleveland's special players, right?
Yep.
With the Ravens. Oh no, excuse me, the other way around. You replace the Ravens players, those players like the receivers and running backs with Cleveland.
Yeah.
They will average what?
Well,
So they must going to average 50.
They average 35 right now.
So I'm not saying.
So how you going to average 35 being you the Ravens, but what are Cleveland averaging?
Who, the Browns?
But at the end of the day, when you look at how Lamar has struggled the last 2 playoffs, the lack of talent, you're not going to win a Super Bowl by winning with just Andrews in your skill position, right? So if you playing a team that has, let's say a lockdown corner, let's say Gilmore, let's say you're just playing New England, just hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
You can take away Hollywood Brown, right? You can bracket Andrews depending on what type of defensive scheme.
He's bracket Andrews right now.
Right, I'm saying, and he still gets his.
Right.
But when you look at the last 2 playoffs, I think the lack of outside skill position has hurt Baltimore. And you're not going to let Lamar just continue to run out that pocket just all day.
Let me ask you a question.
That's what I think Tennessee did. They limited him from running, and they made him a passer, and it came up short. I just think that's
Keith, we're going to get to you in a second. Let me ask you a question, though.
Yep.
Just off what that analogy you just put together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, seeing that analogy is what it is. That it was his second playoff game ever.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes. When he played against New England, what did he do in the first half?
Struggle.
Thank you. So, and that was what, his second playoff game ever. Correct?
That was first, isn't it?
That was the second because he already won one. He had beat what's the name the first. They beat
Tennessee, right?
Nah.
No.
Tennessee beat them the year before.
No.
They beat Tennessee
No.
last year.
Not last year.
No,
No,
year
two
before.
years
2
ago.
years before. 2 years ago.
Tennessee beat them.
No, they didn't. Kansas City lost to New England in the AFC Championship game. That's when they
That's 2
won.
years ago, okay.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the second game because the first game they won. They beat either Tennessee or they beat somebody else.
They beat somebody, yeah.
They beat
the
somebody
Chargers.
else. They beat the Chargers.
They
It was
beat the
somebody like
Chargers.
that, right? They beat
Yeah.
somebody, right?
Yeah.
They beat somebody. Excuse me. They beat somebody. But what I'm just trying to say is that happens, right? In any game that happens. It's just like the first time Lamar played in his playoff game, he looked like trash in the majority. Because the Chargers, actually.
Yep,
He looked like trash in the first half. And then in the fourth quarter, for some reason, he started playing a lot better. And that's when they knew they had to go to a different offensive coordinator because they just structured the game plan for his talent. All I'm just saying is he only has 2 games into the playoffs.
Yep.
He needs to play more in the playoffs
Absolutely.
to see. And so I can't say it's a talent just yet because of the fact that he's only had 2 playoff games. And in the short span I saw with Mahomes, and I saw in the first half against New England, he was struggling. He didn't score. They didn't score a point in the first half. Then the second half he got hot. So it's just all I'm just trying to say is it needs to run its course.
Absolutely.
And that's all I'm saying. Like
I think
that offense is built for Lamar.
Absolutely.
And I feel like if you brought an OBJ, you brought Landry, or any other special talent, AB comes in, it may not work the same. It may not gel the same.
Right.
It may not hit on all cylinders like it is right now. Right now it's rolling.
But I think when you coming off of like an MVP and the hype is there and you rolling through the regular season, the expectation is like up here now.
Yeah, it is for him.
Yeah,
and he's coming.
high.
And this is this season.
Yeah.
He's coming off MVP season. He's going to put it on the same pedestal as Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's literally people are saying these are 1 and 1, 2, 1 and 1 and 2.
B, yeah.
Right? So, and they're looking at it because they're both under 25. Mm-hmm. So it's really them two moving in the future.
Yep. Key, what you got? Chiefs Ravens. Come on, man, wake up, man.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders, bro. Let me say
The Raiders?
Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, bro, you got a shell shock from Monday night, bro, with the Raiders,
I'm
man.
going with the Ravens, bro. I'm gonna have to go with. I think they playing at home. KC hadn't really been playing that well on
Yeah, they
offense,
struggled against Chargers.
and I like Baltimore defense. And I think the running game. I also like the way Baltimore running the game. They got to change up Bruiser back, also with a speed back.
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Yeah, I think the Ravens will win because they're at home, even though there's no real home field advantage.
Nah.
But I think I don't think Marcus Peterson played last year in that game, and I think the trade with Peterson was the best thing probably for his whole career. Right now he has the opposite corner, like he don't have to be the main guy. So I think the Ravens will win. So let's pivot. One of the big news in college football, Coach Prime, as he want to be called now.
prime time.
Coach Prime took over the Jackson State job. So we just want to dive in, man, and break this down. These Springs, give me your thoughts. I'm gonna hold James for the end because he, went to Alabama State, swag love. So I want to get your opinion on it, D Springs.
I think it's a good thing for black college football. I think it's a good thing for football, period.
Mm-hmm.
He's a well-known guy. over his career, he done seen the ups and he done seen the downs, you know, and he's willing to go after players. He's not scared to go after players that are 4 and 5 stars that other HBCUs may not even go after because they feel they may not be able to get. So I think it's a good thing for HBCU. I think now with the movement and, you know, having this black college combine, now you're giving the HBCU something to play for. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time when, you know, if you look at HBCU football, these kids, they play the game, but nobody really gonna get them a look. You might even go in as a free agent, and or you know you might get lucky and somebody pick you up in the draft, but it'll be 6 and 7 in the draft, and you get cut after training camp. So now I think the level of HBCU football is going to go to another level because they now have a chance at playing at their dream, and I think that, you know, when you give somebody a chance, it's on you to make what happen. But they wasn't giving these kids a chance. You cannot tell me a lot of these kids at HBCU can't be great football players. Right. You cannot tell me. You had the Walter Paytons. You have a lot of people who went to HBCUs early on before they start poaching the black player to go to these other schools. So now I think these schools in general, the board members and all these people need to be put on notice and say, hey, we need to make the necessary changes to get these guys to come to our school and promote our programs like we did back in the day, which got these kids down the road. So I think it's a good thing. I think Prime is going to be, you know, it might be tough in the beginning, depending on how everything goes. But I do think the level and the hype around it is a good thing. And I hope these other coaches fall in line to push forward into getting these athletes to come to their school.
Keith, what you got?
Yeah, I think it helped more because HBCUs do put a couple of skilled people in the lead every year. You'll have your receivers, you'll have some corners and linebackers get opportunities. This gives a chance for like quarterbacks, and you get a couple of offensive linemen that go to the league every year in the HBCU. And I also saw something where Emmitt Smith reached out to him and said, if you need a running back, coach, you know a guy. So is he talking about himself?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I also heard LeBron about getting T.O. there to be a receiving coach.
Yep.
So, and like Donovan said, I saw a guy from, I think, Mississippi State or somewhere, Ole Miss or somewhere, who freshman just transferred to Jackson State.
Because of the flag.
Yeah. So he's already on record saying he's going after the top recruits. He's not just saying, I want a 1-star, 2-star that we normally go get. He's going at the top recruits in high school.
Right.
And he already preaching, we need to make I saw him on First Take where he was preaching, we need to make the playing field equal, meaning facility. Let's get better facilities. Let's weight room and, you know, different things like that. So, and it always, like I said, it always had talent. Even if you go back in the day, some of your greatest players of all time have came from HBCU. Even Hall of Famers, you can go back, they got Hall of Famers that came from HBCU. So, and it's just a good thing that he probably won't be that long, but the narrative is now go and get coaches who's not getting opportunities, big names, come to HBCU, we'll get you your start here. So Deion probably be there for 2 to 3 years, but it's a start of saying.
So you don't think he's gonna be this?
No, as soon as he get a big job, you know he leaving. But it's a great start for Jackson State because they've been the trash
They've been dormant
for a minute now. So, you know, and I think it's great for getting, because now you're going to have players like, man, I know Deion got the right connect. So a lot of players are going to come in the door saying, hey, prime time there, I'm going to go there and play. If I'm a 5-star, I ain't got to worry about sitting. He can make the right connect to say I got a great player. So it's a good thing. And I'm just looking forward to see how he changed the program. But you got to win, though.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you got to go there and win.
Absolutely. JD, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, you said one week, like, you go ahead.
So I think it's a great hire. I mean, it's a name, right? Like, even though he doesn't have head coaching experience, he coached his son as offensive coordinator at Trinity Christian. He's been around football for a long time. He's supposedly bringing in SAP and T.O. and all these great NFL experience over 84 years. I get it. But none of them has been a coach. You don't know how players are going to, you know, be receptive to that coaching. He's going to get a couple 5 stars, right? just because Deion has played in the league and he's going to get that 5-star, say, man, I can get you to the league, that means nothing, right? You can go play at Ohio State and play 1 year and go first round, right? So it doesn't really matter about the whole sitting. And I think what he needs to, you can go at the 5 stars. You should, right? Because you're Deion. You feel you can get, I'm going to go at all 5 stars, 4 stars around. At the end of the day, until he can put people in the league, it's lip service. Right, you can go in the living room and tell your son, like, I'm gonna make you a man, just like every other school is doing the same exact thing, right? Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, all the big programs are putting people in the league. So it ain't like, oh, well, because I go to Jackson State, now I got an opportunity to go and be in the league. No, every school is put people in the league at the end of the day. But I think Prime has got to be there long enough to make this narrative great. Right, he can't be like, oh well, I'm gonna be there 2 years, 3 years, in the big time school coming, I'm out. If you truly want to make a difference, this is your only job. And when you talking about make the plan level field plan, unless the alumni coming out of their pockets, Jackson State ain't creating money out of nowhere. That ain't gonna happen.
But the
right?
TV money gotta come.
But at the end of the day, it ain't like Jackson State gonna get a TV deal. It's the SWAC gonna get a TV deal.
But I'm saying, if you getting the players in the SWAC, the TV deal will come.
It will, but at the same time, he has to get the players. And I think initially, there's a lot of talent in Mississippi.
Yeah.
The JUCOs, there's a ton of talent.
Mm-hmm.
If he can build it off of those JUCOs, and he might get some 5 stars, 4 stars that's sitting in.
And talent, period. They have a lot of talent.
They got a ton of talent in Mississippi.
They're like one of the probably top 10.
No, that's
states.
a ton of talent, right?
Top 5 states.
So if he can poach a couple cats that say, look, man, you sitting, and you might sit 2-3 years based
But that's
on
what,
that.
that's what he just did with the cat in Ole Miss, I think. Was
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he'll be able to build a program quick just like that, but that's not sustainable.
But you know what though? It can't just be. It just can't be just Deion. See, that's the thing. I think these other HBCU head coaches is going to have to put their best foot forward and look at this and say, you know what? We need to do it as a community, like you did back in the day. Like when black college football was black college football, you look at back in the day, they worked as a community, but everybody in that community had talent. A lot of schools had talent. You ain't really had no bad schools that didn't have talent, but you had a lot of schools that had talent, bro.
It's not back in the day, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I'm just saying they need to work together in the sense of let's go out and try to recruit these kids and not try to recruit them. You got to recruit. They might not come to your school, but at least give it a chance to try to recruit them. Give yourself a chance.
It's not Vacation Bible School.
All right.
Go ahead, JD.
Everything I think everybody said was on point. He does have to win. I mean, all the things are part of this narrative for Deion. He needs to win. He needs to look good winning. Mm-hmm. He needs to bring talent there, and he needs to bring a focal point to Jackson State football. But I think we all missed the mark a little bit. I think this is really big for the SWAC. Mm-hmm. Because they need a marquee personality. Yeah. They needed somebody who you can bring on that people want to watch their team play. Because he's not playing, but his personality. I mean, the press run he went on, just for stepping this position. Good morning America. It gave the SWAC some type of availability, some notice. You know, right? HBCUs became to a different. The name came more broader, came more focus point. HBCU week where ESPN was there, now it gave them a spotlight. Yeah. Of course, you want to cover all the schools or majority of the schools, but having Deion as that spokesman, right, for just black colleges in general and for the SWAC helps. I told you guys, they don't have their own stadium in Jackson. They share a stadium. Yeah. So that's another issue they're going to have. Facilities-wise, he's right. They need to improve their facilities. That's an issue he was going to have. But if he can... But his personality and charisma should be able to generate enough money, right, to be able to start building a foundation there.
Especially if they win.
And winning happens, but I mean, listen, he's actually we all play in the spring next year. Yeah. And there's no new players. Mm-hmm. You can't bring in whatever. Yeah. Now, I think the narrative that everybody needs to be interested in is he offers his son a scholarship. Will he take it? He did. And I think his son is going to be even a bigger window on him because of the fact that not only just playing for his dad, what he's been doing for years, but if his credibility will be online a little bit because he's like a 4-star player, he should come to the SWAC and light the SWAC up.
Dominate.
They haven't had a player of that caliber, of that type of talent, I know you love to talk about Bruce Eugene, and we'll have him on as a guest next week.
No, Steve
and
McNair.
KK, can you stop going 1993?
Yeah, at least get relevant, dog.
Can you stop going?
At least get relevant, bro.
Can you
But I'm just
stop
saying,
going?
when you say they never had that type.
I never said
But
that.
this generation
I
hasn't
never said
seen
that.
McNair play.
I have
Yeah,
not
They
said
don't care
that.
about McNair.
I never care about McNair.
I never said they never had it.
Okay.
What I just said was they haven't had that type of talent in a very long time. He needs to come to Jackson State and just rip it up.
Yeah.
If he comes there with his talent and he goes plays for his dad, that's even a bigger narrative.
Yeah.
That's bigger news. And if he can get drafted in the top 5, that is even bigger. Then the narrative change for the swag.
Yeah.
You can be a quarterback, come to the swag, still play well. You keep talking about 1993.
But it happened though.
But that's
That's saying,
1993.
I could say the same
We're
thing.
literally
Doug was
2020.
drafted by Tampa Bay in the first round.
But
So-
Doug ain't go number. But
No, Doug was top 5.
Steve McNair went what 3?
No,
So the
Doug was
last
top
quarterback that really had the cachet and only played 2 years was Action Jackson out of Bama State. He got drafted in the second round.
Yeah.
So that was the last quarterback out the SWAC who came into the NFL with some type of cachet that was drafted high. Nobody else has done it since. So that's what I'm trying to say. He needs his son because that puts Jackson State on a bigger plateau. It makes a bigger mark for him, and it tells people, listen, I got my son there. I can get your son there. I can get people there. I can get the talent there. And I mean, listen, having fam come in, right? Having Bethune Cookman come in.
That's gonna be huge.
That's even bigger. That's bigger for the SWAC. So
That's
I want to
gonna
give
be
kudos to the SWAC commissioner
That's gonna be huge.
All
because-
time. All time.
because he's finally starting to do some things for the SWAC.
About
He
time.
needs to get a TV deal in place. And I ain't talking about on ESPN 3. He needs to get, I don't care if you go and do a side deal with Revolt TV or BET.
He need to do
but
one
you
with
need,
BET.
you need to do something.
He need to do one with BET.
If anything, you should be able to do exclusive with this season.
Yeah, he need to do
Coming
one
up.
with
But
BET.
you gotta do something to start spotlighting
Yep.
this HBCU so it can start
BET,
being
you need to
made.
get a swagger deal. BET.
No,
Or-
BET,
or-
I'm pretty sure these other networks are coming after him. But I don't care if he goes to OWN, Oxygen. I don't care.
Yeah, so-
he needs to
Even
create.
if Oprah listens.
He needs to create some type of deal to start building these
You can spread
bridges
that money around.
because the universities they all need the money and they need the TV deals and they need the spotlight. And if you want an HBCU combine,
Yeah.
you want people to come and see your player play and not go have to travel to one of the major universities, but be able to come to Jackson State and watch the talent because they're bring scouts there. But to be able to have a combine, pro combine on your campus where people don't have to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? No, they have a pro day at your campus and play and have everybody there.
Yeah.
You need that. You need that. So kudos to Deion. I love the walk in. I
big
love the
swag.
coming to America.
Yeah, the jacket,
You know what I
the J
mean?
State
Jacket,
jump.
I love what he
Swag.
did. And listen, all the SWAC coaches, you will notice.
Yeah.
You know,
Step the game up.
winning means a lot, but you know you gotta look good while winning, and you gotta be able to challenge the theater. I mean, not theater, but the logic that not only you look good when you're winning, but you also know that you can go to anybody's home and sell them on that program. You gotta challenge it, man. And I like what he's doing. The branding he utilizes, the marketing he utilizes. He's also using Barstool Sports as a vehicle for him. He's using different vehicles for himself. Man, kudos to him. They still gonna lose to Bama State after this
They
season.
got a tough schedule, bro.
They were still gonna lose, but
Yeah,
hey,
tough schedule.
I know next year I'll probably be at that game.
That's gonna be a
See,
good look.
in the past, I would look at the Jackson State game and be like, I don't even know why they even on the schedule.
March 20, yeah, every
But-
doing it, dog. March-
But knowing that now how Deion's gonna be just to go see, he's gonna be the profile alone.
oh, he gonna pack
Right?
stadiums out, dog.
I mean,
He gonna pack it out.
Exactly. So I mean, I look at that and say, man, kudos to him. We needed it. That we needed somebody like that in our conference. We need a personality. We need a brand. We need a name. Like I said, Barstool Sports now should be there. A lot of people should be there now.
So
Man, it does nothing but
They
help
going
us.
4-4.
and I'm putting the atmosphere.
2-6.
BET.
But
Look, they got to play Alcorn State at Alcorn,
yeah,
at Bama State,
yeah,
at Grambling.
yeah. He go-
No, you got PV.
He going
PV
2-6.
nice.
He going 2-6.
No,
But-
he gonna struggle, dog.
But I'm gonna put out here. BET should do the deal, and Ogden Brothers can do it. Can be the broadcasting for all the swag.
Yeah, we can do that. And listen,
You know what I'm
BET.
saying?
Like I told you, I don't care if it's BET. I don't care.
Ogden Brothers
But
can
you
do
need,
it.
but you
They
need to
need
give
a
that
deal.
money, and they need a deal. And I think
We
honestly,
can break down the game.
I think honestly, CBS CBS due to the fact that it's going to be, they need to talk about CBS. You can do OWN, you can do BET, but I'm saying,
BET is
there's
like
nothing
the
going to be on, there's nothing going to be on. I'm just saying it out there. You can keep the OWN.
I don't know about CBS.
Why not?
Gonna make that deal.
Nah,
Listen,
It's
this
a
is
white boy network,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
They ain't
it's a
making
white
that
boy
deal.
network,
I think-
but you still got to
You can shoot your shot.
just shoot your shot.
But listen,
But they ain't
it's
gonna
other.
happen.
There's other
BET need to
formalities.
take that.
Got it.
BET
It's other
need to
formalities.
take that.
It's other formalities, right? There's other formalities than just the actual video broadcast.
Yeah.
You can do the internet type deal, the online deal.
Yeah.
You can do all this type of thing. You can do phone deals. You can do more deals than just the video broadcasting. And that's what I'm trying to say. It needs to be. They need to start utilizing different vehicles and to broadcast these games, get it out there. Now people starting hearing about not only just the SWAC and HBCUs. They started hearing about. You started hearing people, the fan base, our fan base, and other fan base, other races started hearing about those bands, and now they want to know like why do you think that bands are so great?
Right.
Here's going to be the reason why you're going to see it. We need it. We need it. So I mean, kudos to him. I really wasn't caring about. I mean, I like what he said. And everything was going on. I was respecting it.
Preacher
But
time.
But I was really
I
more
believe,
focused on,
baby.
I was really more focused on Tracy Evans. Like, when she got out that car, I said, man, that boy Deion knows he's doing it, dog. Like, that boy Tracy, I was like, boy, what? I said, she got out that car, I said, boy,
Who?
Deion is boy. Listen, I know they together. I've been like, man, that's one thing I respect about Prime more than anything. I said, friend Prime know how to get him one. That when she got out that car, I said, man, I see you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You about to have her, this LA woman, in that country hillbilly town of Jackson, Mississippi. Man, she love
She's
you.
the baddest thing in the city.
Have you been to Jackson?
Yeah,
I've been to Jackson.
You ever been
again?
I have.
Man, listen, ain't nothing in that thing but the capital.
Yeah, I heard.
That's it. Like, it's country
Is that bad, bro?
that's country and hood. It's country and hood. All they doing in that joint is shooting and looting, killing, and going to Jackson State. It ain't nothing.
Get hood.
No, Jackson is a different animal. And I'm telling you, it ain't.
So do you think by him going there, it would have changed the mindset of a lot of people in Jackson State?
Nah.
Would it give them something to
You hope.
for? I'm just asking.
You hope.
Okay.
You hope that it is that the state, that the school is investing in the community and vice versa.
Gotcha.
Right? You hope that. But I've been to Jackson. Like I went there on a school trip.
Yeah.
And I was
Is
like,
that bad, bro?
I was like,
I went to Grambling Jackson State game.
I was like,
You don't need to be here.
I mean, I came back and I was like, nah, can't do that. Can't do Jackson. Because I applied, got in. Didn't even tell my mom. Mom, I didn't tell you about that. You hear this? I got in and didn't even tell her.
At least you went on the school tour.
Man, I went.
I ain't do none of that, though.
Man, you just sit in your and just whoever took you.
I didn't have.
He gave the whoever took me. Whoever said
Really?
yes,
For
I'm
real?
cool.
No, look, for real, like, it wasn't about, like,
Well, hey,
I
I'm
wasn't
cool.
sure. My mom said, like, you can't work at Winn-Dixie.
Yeah.
You either going to school
you
or
had-
military. I
Well,
was
you
like,
had no choices.
no, choices were like
Like,
slim picking.
That boy choice was like
Slim.
Slim, real slim. Like,
Win
shoot,
Dixie,
college or military.
military, Grambling.
I'm too lazy. It wasn't even Grambling, dog. I applied to Southern and Grambling. My boys was like, dog, let's go to Grambling. Like, 3 of us. Then they applied. I applied to
You
Southern.
didn't even go look at school.
I ain't gonna look at. I ain't ever been to Grambling. No, I just
Whatever.
applied.
I bet you got there. That thing
I ain't
was
look.
country solidified.
I ain't
I know
never
you were like,
applied.
man.
Look, and you know, back then it was so bad. Like in '95, when I got to Grambling, I got an acceptance letter to go to Southern.
Oh,
They
wow.
finally accepted me. I was like, it's like my first week of school. I'm like, bro, that makes me use you track. I'm like, dog, they
I'm already at school.
No, I'm already at school, dog. They sent me an acceptance letter. They're like, huh?
You think you're gonna pick up as you come down there?
Right, it was slim pickings. I just didn't have nobody in my life to say, look, let's go on a college tour.
Yeah.
Well, just a quick. I know you're saying that. You know, we're gonna jump to the next topic. I mean, I didn't need it for real. I mean, my sister was the reflection for me. She was the example.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So I knew, like, looking at her, I ain't got long.
Yep.
My mom's gonna cut this off real short. And I know and my mom would say hints. Hey, you ain't got long. So you better figure it out, like, right? So that was something that she would say, but she was the example. She was the prime example. I already knew watching her. But outside of that, man, listen, But I knew going to see Jackson State that I was like, this may not be for me.
Right.
I don't want going from the same to the same. You know what I mean? So it's all good, but man, but like we just said, kudos to Deion. Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
You need something from us. We're gonna be at one of these games. We're gonna broadcast.
It's in March, baby.
We're gonna
travel,
get you
baby.
We're gonna get you there. We're
Well,
gonna get you
it
on
should be
the
real
show.
good.
We need BET to bring us on, bro.
But
we need anybody.
We're gonna speak to existing Coach Prime. We're gonna interview you at the Bama Jackson State game.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
So as we move forward, man, SEC is back this week. As I'm looking live, LSU.
They're down 10-7.
LSU's and they scored defensively on that 7.
Yeah.
So Brennan is taking over from Joe Burrow, who had record-breaking numbers last year. You cannot deny it. He had Joe Brady. Joe Brady's now with the Carolina Panthers. So the expectations for LSU is high.
Yep.
But Brennan's coming in, championship caliber team. LSU's got the talent. We all know that. Keith, what do you think Brennan is going to do with LSU this year? You got championship Final Four aspirations, or you thinking we don't know?
As LSU, you don't know. This is first year starting, right?
But you were sold on that boy.
No.
Yeah, he was.
No.
Yeah, he was.
No.
You like, man, we got talent. It don't matter who.
No, listen. I said from jump, day one, we know LSU get the best out of talent.
They
Right?
got the biggest school in the state. They should.
So it always depends on quarterback play, right?
You say they're gonna be nice.
No, I said I need
Well,
to
say
see.
the best of the talent.
I said no. Let me speak. I said
Okay.
let me see how the quarterback play. I say the offense, you should run the same offense, but it always come down to quarterback play. I never saw the dude do a whole year, so I don't know how the dude gonna be. I'm not gonna judge him on one game.
He's struggling.
He's struggling right now. We hadn't scored an offensive touchdown, and you had LSU lost a lot. They lost.
Now he lost a lot.
They did.
You
They
got
had.
talent though, dog.
We got talent,
the depth is there.
but you got a young team coming to.
Yeah, bro. One. No, your talent is there. I don't hear that.
Stop.
All I'm saying is to you is we're coming in with a lot of players starting for the first time. A lot of other college teams not, right?
Come on, man.
So at the end of the day is I can't judge him because I hadn't saw him. So, but he has the talent around him. He'd have been behind Joe Burrow. So I can't say what dude can do when I ain't never saw dude play.
Time out, Keith. Time out.
He's struggling. He's 3 for 8.
Hold on.
Okay. So like I'm
Yeah, he
saying,
did all that.
so like I'm saying,
Hold on.
I can't tell what he gonna do till I see him play. That's like any new quarterback coming in.
Okay.
Keith.
Okay.
Huh?
Keith.
It ain't like I've been following dude since high school.
That's your team. You should know him.
I don't know that dude.
Keith. You just had a whole lot of BS come out your mouth.
Oh.
Bro.
Oh.
You talking like he's going to best station
Hold on.
sliced bread.
2 weeks
Did I say LSU was gonna win the championship?
Hold on.
Yes, you damn near
I
talk
didn't
like
say
it.
that.
Hold
I
on.
did.
Keith.
Pull it up.
Keith.
Pull the record up.
Keith.
Pull the record
Hold
up.
on, Keith.
Pull the record up.
Keith. 2 weeks ago, we had this conversation about Alabama, LSU, and Clemson and all that in Miami.
And I said,
You
Clemson-
said, no, you said,
Yeah, man,
Brennan-
up.
You said, you called me out. You said, yeah, Brennan is in the building. Yo, tell them boys.
Pull that up.
Alabama,
Pull that
we
up.
gonna be
Pull that
ready.
up. Pull
I don't
that
have
up.
to.
No,
We got
no,
receipts.
pull it up.
We got receipts.
Pull the receipts up.
Keith, hold up, Keith.
Pull the
Talk
receipts
about
up.
that shit in front of the mic.
Keith,
Pull the receipts
Keith,
up.
Talk
you
that
said
shit on
that,
your
hold
phone,
up,
Mike.
Keith.
Pull the receipts
Keith,
up. I
you
ain't
said
never
that
said
2
that.
weeks ago
I ain't never
that
said
you
that.
said that LSU was going to be in the conversation. We're going to get into that 14 playoffs.
I ain't never say that. Pull the receipts up.
You said,
So we didn't
Pull
say
the
hold on,
receipts
whoa, whoa,
up.
whoa,
I ain't never said
whoa,
that. That's a
whoa,
lie.
whoa, 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 whoa.
He lying on argument on the podcast.
No. You didn't say that live. You didn't say that on the podcast.
I ain't say
We
that
were sitting
period.
right here, and you said that LSU is still going to be in a part of the conversation of the college football playoff. And what his defense is that Alabama's really been the only team out of the SEC that really has been there almost every year, and that is Alabama is the prominent team, primary team. And that every like 2 or 3 years, it's another team that comes behind.
and you said
that, yo,
we gonna
we
beat
got
Bama
talent
this
and we
year.
gonna beat Bama. And you didn't say that.
I did say we're gonna beat Bama this year, but I didn't say we was
I
gonna
will put a lot of money on it.
Hold on.
That you
Hold
are
on.
not-
So
that
this is
you
the
are
other
not
argument.
gonna
This was the other argument. What did you say, Keith? You said whoever win that Bama and LSU game and we undefeated, that's the team that's gonna make it to the
No, I didn't say that.
Key.
I said Georgia gonna be tough.
What did I say?
I said Mississippi State gonna get people
because
back.
that was
And I said,
no.
And I said Florida.
I remember that conversation
And
flawless.
I said Florida.
No, I remember the conversation flawlessly. And the reason and your point is that you were really trying to climb him for Clemson's schedule. You were climbing his schedule,
Right.
and then you said you came back. We started talking about whether why do Bama don't play this team every year? Why does the other team don't play every
said
year?
that.
And you said and so right now
Struggling.
I'm watching 10-7, and all I'm just saying to you, cause you don't realize this, and I said this to you last year when you were doing on your parade. You was on your parade. You was on your championship
High
parade.
horse.
Chest out.
What
doing
that say?
everything.
What that say?
And that's
What that
not,
say? What
that-
that say?
and that's great.
What that say?
That's great.
What that say in the back?
That's great, right?
All the team we smash.
And that's great. And that's great, right?
Yeah.
But see, when you a winning program that wins year in, win out, I don't even know how many T-shirts I have of those because I have
You
some
ain't
of
got no
them.
undefeated one.
Why does it matter?
Perfect.
What do you mean? We've had 7 perfect seasons, so it
Not-
doesn't matter.
Not in the
So-
playoff. Not in the playoff system.
Hold on.
Does the
Not in the
championship
playoff.
matter?
Not in the playoff
Does the
system.
championship matter? You're not the first.
We have the best season of all time.
How? You're not the first?
So you had the
Never.
best
This
statistics.
thing ever.
But
But
Key,
I'm gonna let you give your point. Go ahead and give your point in.
Ever.
First, Key. Who won you before y'all?
I don't give a fuck
Who
about
won
the year before.
Who won undefeated?
Nobody care
We
about
the first
it.
one who did it.
Nah,
We the first one who did it. In the play, if you want to talk about the playoff, right? We the first one who did it.
well, we had the best statistic.
Who cares about that? A championship. The championship.
That sounds good.
Keep asking
Ever.
questions. You the same dude sat there and said,
Ever.
well, we lost all these coaches, but we still gonna be at the top of the SEC.
I think we still are. I think we still. This is game one.
You can't have it on one thing,
It's
talking about you
game
don't trust
one.
Brennan, and on one end,
I
I
went through a
don't.
pick. I went through a pick.
dog, y'all not gonna be
It's
good.
touchdown.
He lucky because he'll throw that off. He throw off his back.
Key, you can tell me right now, that y'all gonna win the SEC.
Them boy gonna struggle, man.
I'm always gonna say we win that.
No, you're
not.
But we
Brandon
struggling
trash,
right
man.
now. We are. We are
Brandon
struggling.
trash.
But we got our best receiver who opted out.
He
We
could
lost-
opt back in. That don't show me nothing.
Look,
We lost more than anybody to the draft.
Who cares?
Key, who cares?
So this is what. Hold on. Let me dive into this. We need to get to you. Get to your
I ain't
point,
gotta
right?
say
And I was saying this.
No.
I ain't gotta say nothing about
So 2 years ago, Bama had 12 draft picks in the first 6 rounds. I've never said, "Hey man, we lost a lot of talent. We ain't gonna be nothing next
But you
season."
ain't lose
We
your
struggled.
quarterback.
It don't
Yes, we have.
No,
we
we talking
lost
about last
some.
year.
We had a
Last year.
quarterback lead.
I'm talking about last
We
year.
had one lead.
Last
Got
year.
another one come.
Yeah, I ain't
No,
lose
bro.
your
When you
quarterback
when you have talent, like you keep saying, when you have
Quarterback
talent,
make things go.
bro. When you have
Quarterback
talent,
They
make
lost
things
quarterback.
when
Every
you
team
have
lost
no,
quarterbacks.
when you
I'm talking
have
about last year.
bro,
When he say he had 12.
Bro.
Did Tua come back last year?
when
Last year.
2
you
years
said-
ago, Tua was a freshman.
No, you said last year, bro.
I said 2 years ago. That's what I just said 2 years ago. You said last year.
Okay,
All
y'all
I
won
wanna
the
hear is-
championship 2 years
Bro,
ago.
it don't matter.
Did y'all win this championship 2 years ago?
Yes, we beat Georgia. Stop
No,
talking
I'm
about
talking about the
So y'all won 3
championship.
years ago. We won.
Not
That
the
was 2 years ago.
championship.
Yo, they won this past season.
Then we
You
won
won a year before.
and then y'all won.
In a football season.
So all I'm saying, he didn't win the championship 2 years
No,
ago.
we still had 12 players drafted that season.
But you didn't win the
Continue your point.
championship.
Continue your point.
Anyway, at the end of the day, so dog, talent comes and goes. That's what they call it.
It does.
Program.
It does.
You say you're one of the most talented teams in the nation.
Yeah.
That drop off should not matter.
Yeah.
You should not be playing 14-10 in Mississippi State right now.
Mississippi State always tough.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. And they got a brand new coach, new system.
No, Mike
I don't want to
Lee
hear
at
it, bro.
the
I
top.
don't want to hear you should not be on
That's in
14.
Death Valley with fans.
Miss-
With a brand
Mississippi
new
State will
coach,
beat Miami
new
right
system.
Well,
We
you
ain't.
No, I'm
I'm
not.
gonna say it one more time. You
Hold
have
on,
a
let
brand
me
new
find
coach,
it. Let me find this
a
damn.
brand new system.
Nigga, y'all lost to Louisiana fucking.
No, it's a whole new
No,
season.
no,
It's
no,
a
no,
whole new
no,
season.
Mississippi State.
Whole new season.
Listen,
Mississippi State would beat
we talk about
Miami
it.
right now.
Stick to the
You
subject
see
matter.
De'Aaron King.
Stick to the subject matter.
Right.
Like I just
He
told
going
you.
back last year,
Way too
2019.
much. Like I just told you. LSU should not be struggling with a team,
It's second quarter. We might end up
Bro.
beating them 30-14.
but it shouldn't be like this. You at home, open the season. You play Auburn next week
It don't
on
matter.
the road.
It don't
So I mean, all this stuff you be saying, bro, it just blows my mind.
Now, those
That
struggling.
year in, year out, you
But
say
I'm
these
still
things.
rocking with my LSU Tigers.
You should.
What does that got to do with
We
winning and
ain't
losing?
lose or nothing. We winning right now. Are we winning?
You up 14-10.
Okay.
You just went up.
At the end of the day, what is it about? Winning losses, right?
Exactly.
All
And
right.
I just said,
So you
I don't
can
want to
make no
hear.
excuses.
I don't want to hear about.
No,
we
you
lost
asking me.
all the talent
But you're
last year.
asking me how.
We lost 14 times. And by the way, the players you lost, a lot of them wasn't underclassmen. A lot of them were seniors. So don't run around here talking about, oh, we lost all these players.
Well,
No,
you can't-
you didn't lose them. Their eligibility was up.
They were done.
But that's any college team. You can't.
No, you just didn't say that. You just didn't say that.
Right.
You just said
Right, he had
we lost
like
a lot of talent.
right, he
That's
had
why
like-
we shouldn't be that good this year.
He had
Then
like-
you just turn around and said, well, any team has it.
He had,
you
hold
are
on,
not
he had-
saying
no, hold
nothing,
on.
bro.
You act like you didn't go your freshman year. Everybody can't go to their junior year, bro. Stop it.
What are you talking
y'all had a whole
about?
bunch of seniors
You
on that
just
team.
you had a
No, we
bunch
had
of seniors.
juniors and seniors.
No, bro, you had a bunch of seniors on your team.
Okay.
That is the monster of senior.
But at the
you
end,
had, yo,
at the
what's
end
his name
of the
was?
day, you asking me
No,
about.
Joe Barrow was a senior.
But at the
He
end,
was a grad school.
okay.
senior, a grad school
But at the
student.
end of the day, you ask me about my quarterback. I have to see what he can do. I don't know what he gonna do.
Let me ask you.
That's why you.
That's
gotta-
why you should stop
That's-
talking
But that's why
before
you-
the season starts.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
say-
you did.
Yeah, I
You
that,
said,
but
you
Ray-
said, Bremer, I like him. I like him. That's what you said.
I did.
Everybody say shaking their head. That's what you said.
But did I say they was gonna win the championship?
Yes, you said that.
Pull it up.
They're
Pull
gonna
it
be in
up.
there.
Come on, man.
Pull it up.
Be in there.
Pull it
man.
up.
Listen.
Keith,
Pull it up.
this will make
Pull
your
it up.
point. But this will make your point bad.
Pull it up.
Keith, we lost Deshaun.
Pull it up.
One of the
I love when college
Hold
football
on,
season
hold on.
popping.
We lost
Come on,
Deshaun.
man.
Hold on, we lost Deshaun and had Kelly Brown. We made it to the 14 playoff.
Bro, you had a 5-star quarterback coming in. This dude been sitting for damn 3 years.
How you think? How long you thought Kelly Brown was sitting?
No, I'm talking about the quarterback y'all got now.
Dog, we
Yeah,
talking when old boy left, when Deshaun left, Kelly Brown sat the same amount of time that Brennan sat. And we went to the 14 playoffs.
At the end of the day, we winning, and we about to be 1-0 tonight. I bet we win the game.
Y'all probably will.
I bet you won't make it to the 14 playoffs.
Y'all, I mean,
We might not, and I'm not betting on that.
You gonna be
We
shook?
might not.
You gonna be mad?
But we lose?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You
We
gonna
lose to Mississippi State. We ranked
Hold
number
on.
6.
Would you be mad y'all make it to the 14 playoffs?
Rankings don't really mean too much.
No, I won't.
That's like me saying Miami
I
ranked 12. and I'm
Because
excited.
nobody, we're ranked number 6 for a reason.
Dog, you in the top 10, bro. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
So,
Dude,
JD.
stop playing, bro.
So JD.
Would you be mad? Y'all should make it to the Final Four. Y'all don't play no fucking
Don't
body.
get
So
mad at
JD.
You don't play no
Don't
body.
get mad.
Mac
Let's
Jones.
move on.
You don't
Mac
play
Jones
nobody.
won the
Don't get
starting
mad at
jobs. So I know you talked about the young kid,
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. So what you think about the decision for Mac Brown?
What? For my, are you talking about Mac?
I mean, not
Jones?
Mac. I said Mac, but I mean
Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones, it was a good decision because it was no real preseason. I mean, the spring ended early, and it wasn't really, the fall kind of was condensed, and you got a kid that already had 4-game experience from last year.
Okay.
And he prepared for the bowl game. So he was already a step ahead than Bryce. You know, he came in during the spring of last year, or earlier this year. But I do feel like Bryce Young's going to play. I think he's going to play tonight, actually, to be honest with you. And I feel like that type of talent is just too good to be denied. But I also feel like they're going to beat Missouri. It's a good opening game for them. I think they're going to run through Mizzou.
They should.
I think Bama's going to pace it. To be honest with you, I think Bama's going to defeat in the SEC this season.
Okay.
I think one thing that was a big issue for me last year was losing Mike Miller, who never actually made it to the season because he tore his ACL up like right in the spring. He supposed to have been on chart to start on the depth chart to start last year, and then losing Dylan Moses to the knee. That right there was a big blow.
So he's back.
So he's back.
Okay.
And from what I'm hearing, he's flying. And it's his senior year. So for me personally, those two guys, looking at the depth chart, looking at it needs to be a big year for Surtain. I like the defense. I like the starters. They got a lot of mixture of talent with young talent with veteran players. D-line is going to be better than they won't strike with. They got a lot of injuries last year. Bro, I think we're going to run through the SEC.
Okay.
I'll put it on here so he can hear it. So he can hear when he sits down.
You
he
gonna
can
rewind
hear
that thing?
He can hear it. I think it's going to be LSU by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. That's gonna be one thing y'all can't watch it here.
Nah, we can't watch it. I can't have it.
Yo, he was in his feelings last
Hey,
year.
look, that over here like the Ultimate Warrior versus Jimmy Slicker in this joint.
Yeah,
These boys
he's
fired
crazy,
up.
man.
I'm looking at Ray like, yo, these boys fired up. Like they done had one too many. They done tied over.
James was in his feelings last year after that.
Nah, he was just way too excited.
Yeah, y'all boys are
Well,
wild.
go ahead. Go ahead to the next one.
I think to speak on your point, Mac Jones, I think Bama by him playing the last 4 games and getting familiarized with his talent, with the people around him.
Absolutely.
He know he don't have to win.
And please don't throw those passes you threw against Auburn.
Exactly.
Because that's the reason why they lost to
Exactly,
Auburn. He threw 2 pick sixes.
And you can't have that. And I think that by going through what he went through last year, coming on late and, playing the big games at the end of the season, I think he's more prepared mentally to go in this season. And
you should have the confidence behind him.
Have confidence behind him.
And then it's really the hill for me, and be honest, is going to be the Georgia game. Yeah. That's going to be a telling game. If he goes through the Georgia, I think they'll beat Georgia. But I think that if he gets in the game, have a really good game, I think it'll be something that it'll be a telling game overall. It'll be like, okay,
Georgia's
Georgia's not against Arkansas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
yeah.
I think the Georgia game, because I think offensively they're gonna struggle, but they do have a good, strong defense.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. Kid, what you think about the Alabama? I know you don't care about Alabama.
Man, fuck Alabama.
But tell us how you really feel. But I'm super excited about college football being back.
SEC back. I'm excited about
Just in general, across the board. Now, I got one last question before we wrap this up. What do you think how a lot of different teams...
Before you go, they're not winning now. They done scored on y'all again.
Keith gonna be shook, though. Keith gonna be shook.
They just scored on y'all.
Keith gonna be shook.
Y'all gonna be
Keith, don't worry about it, though.
Y'all gonna be on 1.
Don't worry about it, Keith.
Okay.
So
we can bet on this game.
So, as we know, the top 4 teams
y'all gonna win today. We ain't got to touch hands.
Okay, 20.
They got like fifth, like ever.
Yeah.
You got 20.
So
I ain't got 20 for nobody.
You got 20.
yeah, you got a house to renovate, dog. You got no money.
And you got to realize I'm number 1 comp.
And
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that excuses.
I don't want to hear that.
Don't give me no excuses.
And I just
No
wired
Singletary being out. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
I don't want to hear
It
it.
is right there.
I don't care.
Key, I do not want to hear excuses.
That's just one person,
He's
bro.
shut down.
I don't want to hear excuses.
He shut down the whole
I don't want to hear
field.
excuses, Key.
He shut down the whole field.
When did he do it?
Key, I don't want to hear
Every
excuses.
time he played last year.
Key, I don't want to hear
Smith,
excuses.
Every
Smith
time
had
he
200
played.
yards on him. I can pull it up right
20
now.
yards?
No, he had 200 yards.
He had 200 on him.
Man,
I can pull it up right there.
20.
Oh, yeah, I can pull it up right now. Devontae Smith had 200
He
on
ain't
him.
guard him the whole game.
Yes, he did.
That's how he's
Yes, he
supposed to
did.
take that.
He had 260 yards on him.
He's
I
a
can
fr-
pull it up right now.
He's a
Oh,
fr-
my.
I can pull it up right
and they
now.
talking about him winning the
I can pull
Heisman.
it.
And they talking about
He
him
ain't
winning
winning.
He
the
can't do
Heisman.
what I'm playing.
He ain't
Talking
winning.
about-
No, this kid ain't winning no
He
Heisman.
ain't whistling.
Devontae Smith put 200 on him.
And y'all lost.
But he put 200
Y'all
on him.
lost.
You said he was so great.
It's a new year, bro.
And y'all
It's going to be
Hey,
an
y'all about to
interesting
lose
season.
today.
I'm looking forward to it.
Just have my
Let's
20
get it.
next time I see you.
So,
Cash
as we
out.
wrap up the last topic,
Cash
man,
Cash
how
out.
hard is you think it's going
Cash
to be for the NCAA committee to pick a Final 14? There's some people playing 10
I thought
games.
you doing a NASCAR question. And the NASCAR question ain't rocking, huh?
Well, we'll do that. All right.
Real quick. This is the last one.
All right, real quick. How hard do you think it's going to be to pick a top 4 teams within college football with everybody playing 6 games, 8 games, 10 games? Pac-12 is going to play 8.
I'm how you do it.
How hard you think it's
They're
going to
playing
be?
7.
All right, 7. So what do we think, G? How hard you think it's going to be to pick the top 4 teams?
I don't know how you do it.
I mean, it's gonna be very difficult, but you gotta look at each game. They're gonna have to watch every game and then see how dominant these teams are.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a team that's dominant, that's maybe 9-1, go to the SEC schedule, which is a gauntlet. Everybody's playing a 10-game schedule this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, but at the same time, I mean, with the Big Ten, I think they're doing an 8-game schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Pac-12. 7-game schedule. Everybody supposed to be finished by December the 18th.
Yeah, 19.
So you gotta look at that. It's gonna be condensed, but you just gotta watch every game. If they're dominating, the teams are dominating, yes. But if you go through a Pac-10 schedule where some teams have 2 or 3 losses, you already know they're eliminated. You're gonna have at the end of the day, you're gonna have a team. You're gonna have a league that's gonna have at least 2 teams. I think, to be honest with you, I think this year is gonna be probably the ACC. I think because North Carolina's probably gonna run through their schedule. And I think Clemson's going to run through their schedule. They'll play each other. It's going to be a tough game. Whoever wins, they're going to probably be invited to 4 people.
Man, look.
And I don't think that Clemson's going to beat the shit out of North Carolina. I think UNC is going to play them well.
I think, honestly.
And I think the U is going to not get
So,
close.
you're going to see it tonight, boy.
Hey, look.
Florida State's not that good.
I don't care. Don't matter. They're next up.
You're not playing trash.
They're next up.
Hey, I agree with James. I think what's going to be hard is they're not going to play the full schedule. Because if you look at the Midwest right now, you know the virus is going up. So I think if they're saying they're playing 8, they probably gonna play 5.
They're going to play, bro.
They're gonna play 5.
They're going to figure it out.
Now, I don't know how you figure it out before December 18th.
They gonna figure it out.
If you like, it's like with Notre Dame right now.
They
You didn't
canceled.
play this week, so you got 2 more weeks. The week's going. The weeks don't stop for nobody.
They could play 6 games.
I think
the
it's gonna
committee
be
still
more-
got to analyze
I mean, you got
who
to
the
analyze,
best 4 teams are.
but I think it's going to be so hard for them to analyze. I think for this particular season right here with what's going on, I think you have a 16-team playoff
No.
or a 10-team playoff.
You got 4 teams.
No, bro.
No, it's going to be 14. It can't shift in the middle of the season.
This is why I say this. This is why I say they should have thought about this when they
Who cares about what they thought?
No,
about
that's
it?
what I'm saying. Let's say you have Ohio State going undefeated. You have a Bama that going undefeated. You have a Clemson that going undefeated. You have a North Carolina going undefeated. Before you have these even
How
championship
Clemson
games,
and North Carolina going
they
undefeated?
don't play each other this year.
They got chased.
They don't play to the championship game. But let's say
They can't go undefeated.
No,
now.
but that's what I'm saying. Before you get to the championship games, you got to hold a lot of teams that's undefeated
Okay.
across the Power 5, right?
Okay.
Let's say you have 6, 7 teams. But a one-loss team, let's say LSU only have 1 loss, and that's the Bama. But you look at them and say, but dog, they better than a couple of teams in the Pac-10, which they're the team going undefeated. You can't tell them that, okay, you only got 1 loss during the SEC, but you have an undefeated team in the Pac-12. You're like, well, you can't go. We're going to let this team. It's bad. For this particular season, I think you should have multiple teams. Not just 4, you should have multiple teams due to the situation that we're in. Because like you say, if the ACC and the SEC done played 10 teams, and you have a team that played 5,
How you gonna put them?
how you gonna put them over teams that's in the? I mean, that dog. They
It's
ain't
gonna be
gonna.
tough.
Dog, I'm saying you don't play 5 less games than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got players
And your
hurt.
competition ain't been
Exactly, and I got players hurt, but I still did what I had to do. You only played 5 games,
All right,
and you
keep
go
what
5
got,
now.
bro.
Come on, man.
Keep
I
what
think
you got.
I got 3 SEC teams going to the playoff. Period. If
Who
you
you
playing,
who
if
you
they
three?
playing a 10 game, I'm just saying if they playing it like Donovan say, if LSU lose to Alabama, they run the table. They beat
Florida,
Florida,
Auburn.
Auburn. It's no way you tell them they not going to the playoff.
Okay.
And then you got somebody playing 5 games.
It's
It's
tough.
no way.
It's challenging.
I just think you should add more teams and just
Unless
put
you
it
ain't
in.
win tonight, so you don't
You want to put your 20 up
Your
too?
scenario don't
You want to
matter.
put your
Jay said
20
he ain't got no
up?
money.
You want to put your 20 up
Jay
too?
said he
I'm
broke.
taking bet.
He got house renovation.
You want to put your 20 up
I
too?
put a 20 up with 3 different level of zeros this past week, so I'm done, bro.
Okay.
All right, that's
So that's
last
it.
topic, man.
Your 20, my 20 in the same zip code right now.
We got a ton of college football
I'm
going
just saying,
forward.
man.
Last topic, man. Michael Jordan this week formed his own NASCAR team. Michael Jordan has been a proponent of Black Lives Matter, all the things he's saying, things for racial injustice. How big is it on the impact of what they're trying to push forward from a ethnic background with Michael Jordan? Starting his own team, Bubba Wallace is going to be his driver. He's partnered with Denny Hamlin. These things, what's the impact on getting the black message across to a sport that has been racially to the forefront with the flags, you name it, with NASCAR?
To be honest with you, I'm hearing that question. I'm sorry. I don't want to jump in, but I think the question is, for me, is a little different because I want to, what his involvement with the NASCAR, how is it going to impact the black community? Because
Say it again, James.
how's it going to impact the black community?
Hit the clap button, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what you want me to do, the applause?
Yeah.
Because I to be, and
Yeah.
I think that would be the narrative of the
There you
question.
go.
Right?
That's the
How
question
would it
I
impact
wanted to
the
get
black
across.
community?
Yep, go ahead, D.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of black people that watch NASCAR.
It
They
is.
won't tell you. They might not tell you. They might not come out and say it. But you have a lot of blacks that watch NASCAR, and I think for him to do this, and like y'all say, better late than never. And I think for Bubba Wallace to be in this position to drive for Michael Jordan, he has to win. I mean, I'm not saying you got to win every. You're not gonna win every race, but I think they have
No,
to.
he needs to dominate.
Yeah, he has to put his best foot forward and prove to people that I'm this driver, I'm that dude. And that's when you will see the turn. It's like with golf. Back in the day, people didn't watch golf. They watched golf, but then people don't remember Calvin Peete. I remember Calvin Peete because my father used to watch golf all the time, and Calvin Peete is one of the best golfers at that time for blacks. You know what I'm saying? So now, by Bubba Wallace coming into this situation, like James just said, he has to put his best foot forward because now Jordan has put his money where his mouth is, and they have to go and prove that, look, we can dominate. No matter where we are, we can dominate.
Yeah. Key, what you got, bro?
It's a great business move for Jordan, either way it go, even if black people don't watch NASCAR.
No, black people watch NASCAR, bro.
But I'm
They're not gonna
saying,
tell you, but
I'm just saying they don't. There's gonna be some white people rooting for a Bubba. So you know what I'm saying? It's a great investment. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if he's winning, the money gonna come, and then he can be a sportsman for, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you the man, you can talk about what you want, like LeBron, right? LeBron, the man right now, LeBron, every single chance he get, he talk about the race issues we having in the world. So as long as he win, he got that platform to reach out to those type of people who watching that sport. So all I'm saying is it's a great move, Jordan taking his brand and getting money into every other venture. So I ain't mad at it.
But is it about Bubba or is it about Jordan?
It's about both of them.
Okay.
It's about both.
JD, what you got?
Because you don't invest in nothing if it ain't about you.
I think it's big that Jordan is putting his brand on the line because that's a world that he's not a signature name.
Yep.
I mean, he's one of the biggest names, if not one of the biggest names in sports across the world.
Yeah.
But that is a sport that normally is aligned to what Jordan does. There's people who go to NASCAR that wear Jordans, but they don't identify Jordan being black and being involved in NASCAR and having a black driver. So I think a lot is going to be held on Bubba Wallace, who's from Mobile, by the way. On Bubba, who's going to have to win. If he wins and dominates, you know, he goes on a run like Kyle Petty, Richard Petty, excuse me, or Dale Earnhardt. If he is revered like Dale Earnhardt or Johnson, those type of guys who win all the time. Yeah. And you know, he's got to be dominant like a Tiger did in golf. If he does that, it's a big imprint. More black people watch it. The black community enjoys it already, but it's not a namesake. It's not everywhere. Still a Southern sport when it even comes to black people. Black people, from a Southern standpoint, may watch it. Some of them.
Yeah.
But if he can get his name out there and get that imprint, align with the Jordan brand, it can be a humongous partnership. And I think this is a good move for Jordan, but I think it could be a bigger move for Bubba, his namesake, and being a big household name across the United States.
Yeah, like I say, he's attaching his name to a bigger brand.
Right.
And when you're trying to make impact from a Black Lives Matter movement, and even as a lifestyle.
Because I wouldn't even put it into Black Lives Matter.
It's a black move, a community movement.
But it's not just community movement. I think for Michael Jordan and for the brand, I mean NASCAR wants that. They want Jordan.
Yeah.
They want Jordan in there. But because Jordan does everything. He has like another
truck. It's a truck joint, right?
Not
fishing.
No, he has a not fishing. It's one of what's the names where they get in the ocean and they race each other. I forgot what it's called.
He's doing a lot.
He has a lot of teams out there that's outside of just basketball.
Gotcha.
But for Jordan, for NASCAR, they welcome that. They want that type of partnership. But for the black community, it gives another name to attach themselves to. People
and awareness.
Awareness, right?
Yeah.
And people can, they're gonna have fan base that's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
But there's still a fan base that's gonna attach itself to, like how people attach themselves to Tiger.
Gotcha.
People don't really like some of the stuff Tiger did off the golf course, and they don't like some things that Tiger represents. But when he playing,
You gonna work.
and he's doing his thing.
Everybody watching.
You look online, you get online, people like Tiger that is, Facebook, Twitter, Tiger going down on the 9th, he on the 18th.
Oh,
he ready, like, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, all the black people like, Tiger, get him, Tiger, like, it don't matter. Tiger can be a big jerk, but at the end of the day, you still gonna watch Tiger and be like, get him, Tiger. It just means a lot. It's like Serena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everybody aligned to tennis, but when Serena's on her thing and she on it, you watching it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just a different, even with the latest U.S. Open, I love her. I can't think of her name right now. Osaka. I love her. But it's just, I watched her, but I didn't have that interest like I watched Serena.
You don't move the needle.
Like, you know what I mean? So when I watched Serena, I was like, oh man, Serena?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when she lost, I was like, dang, Serena, you looking old.
Yeah.
Sorry, Serena, you're not looking old. But in my mind, that's what I thought, because it just gravitates to me differently.
And I think too, from Jordan, NASCAR is still that old racist sport.
Yeah, without question.
No matter what's going on, I think now having a seat at the table, you have a bigger voice.
Yeah.
And I think that could be his impact on the sport nationally. Now you are owner of a NASCAR team.
Right.
Not just Michael Jordan speaking on any racial issues that's going on in NASCAR.
And I think Michael Jordan's past experiences when he went down with everybody said he should have spoke out more back
Yeah,
then.
like, man,
Now,
Republicans buy Tennessee.
Exactly,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So now I think, and he said, because some people, that's not their thing. And I think that from past experience, I think Jordan has came to the forefront. Like, you know what, man, I got a big.
But they need to win.
Yeah.
Yep. Not only they need to win, they need to let somebody else do the conducting. Because Jordan, as far as the owner, has not been good. His record has not been successful.
That's true.
Most definitely.
That's true.
So, man, as we wrap up, man, it's been a great podcast. We touched on a lot of topics. These Springs, you want to wrap us up, man? What you got going on, man?
Oh, man, nothing much. Chilling. It's been a bad day, though. When my homeboy Pops died due to the COVID, so that joint
sorry.
had the mucho.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? The fam, you know what I'm saying?
My
It
condolences
was-
to their family.
Yeah, it was a rough week for me with that joint because his pops was real cool when I first met Mooch on campus. His mom had just died from an aneurysm when we met at Clemson, so I've known his father for a long time, and I hate to see him go, but that's what it is for me.
Absolutely. JD, what you got, bro?
I mean, listen, bro. Everything is doing well. You know, we're moving forward. We're staying blessed. We're staying focused, man. And you know, I'm just praying that we keep doing great things.
Keith, what you got, bro? Wrap us up, man.
Yeah, bro. I need the LSU offensive line to play well. Because right now, my offensive line, I can't even judge my quarterback right now. My offensive line looks like some trash. But overall, you know, another great podcast. I need Drew Brees to play better tomorrow night. I don't need to be cursing at the screen, sending texts. Who that nation? G.We. Tigers. Let's go, bro. Let's get it, bro. Let's go. I need my teams to do their thing, bro.
You need to go by Target, put that patch on them things too.
Boy, I need something, man.
These the new Keon jeans, bro. They call me, bro. You know, I can design them.
Like I said, another podcast in the books, man. And like I said, COVID is still out there, man. You know, continue to do your thing, space out, wear your mask, be in the streets. And the Morgan Brothers podcast, we out here, man. We gonna, you know, bless the community. Hopefully, come the holiday season, man. We got something we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do something big, and you know, we just doing our thing, man. So we're gonna go out,
Stay prepared.
stay prepared, man. We out here, man.
And
So,
BET gives us that deal for the HBCU.
so we out.
Yeah. Right.
Rhapsody.
I'll cash up me my 20 tonight, bro.
Man, y'all was losing, bro.
I think it was asking something.
Georgia losing 7-2 to
Yeah, Georgia's struggling, bro. Quarterback, bro.
bro. Quarterback make a difference, but our offensive line playing
You
like
don't
trash.
get your shirt, bro.
Yeah, let me look at these. Offensive line playing like trash.
That's a big sports thing, bro. Charlo fight tonight.
How many shirts I got?
Four, I got some, bro.
Which one was for black? The black.
This is just jacket.
Yeah, I saw it, man. I saw that you set that up. Interesting. Turn around. Anything on the back, or just nothing?
How much the jacket cost? That's it. Day as hell. You gonna wear that shit in the fall?
Black jacket. You ain't like a fucking winter coat.
Yeah. Let me see that. Yo, let me see the picture of that. I need to post it. Look at that, look at that James Davis design. Somebody said, yo, I'm sitting to my cousin, he had a real design. I'm be like, listen, cuz, look what I made. You're a fashion
That's
designer.
right there first. That rare
I'm like, look what I made, cuz.
We be wearing on my LSU game night.
I'm sure you probably getting like a bulk price. I looked at like the price of the jacket.
Yeah.
That joint was like $45. Like you just buy it online.
That's crazy.
That's a deal.
It's $50. You gotta make a profit.
Yo, man, so let's wrap up real quick before we get out of here. Everybody get out of here. I know everybody like to shoot out real fast for a lot of ass reason. First, Chris. New Orleans. I never really remember Chris' last name.
Let me turn.
Chris won us on his show.
All right.